finding those levels too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting him with a straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Justin.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What up, what up, what up, what up? What's good? What's good? Shout out to the fam, man. We back again with another week of building on boxing and giving it its just due how only we know how to do, man. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot happening. It's a lot going on in the boxing. And who said boxing is dead? Not with all this shit going on. You know, boxing is alive and well and thriving. Y'all feel me? How y'all feeling today on this good Monday, man? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ready to talk some boxing for a bit? You know, we're going to talk about it. It's a lot going on, man. You know, it's a lot going on. And we going to get to all of it, man. CJ's in the building. Was good, fam. Stretched out boxing. Ghetto Fab, what it do? BJ's in the building. My guy was happening. Cal Cool It, blessings, family. Thanks. What up? What up? Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot. We gonna get to all of it. JP is in the building. Ghetto Fab, what it do, my guy, man? What's good, man? Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all double tap the screen. Hit that like button for your boy. Blunt Sports, what it do, my homie? Blunt is in the building. What it do, man? Man, y'all. Where do we start? Because it's a lot happening. You know, it is a lot going on, man. Shout out to Cal because he just sent me a couple things, too, that I didn't see. And I, caught right before I got up here. So, but we're going to talk about all of it, man. Ortiz and Luben got a really big fight coming up, man. They got a real big fight coming up, an important fight coming up. And Ortiz got some wild DMs, some wild, it's not even like death threats, right? He just got some wild ass DMs that we're gonna talk about because y'all know That's the type of shit right there that make fighters not even give a damn about the fans. And I keep saying it. Yeah, I wonder why the fighters are going to continue to do what's best for them, because you got these wild ass fans out here. And we also going to talk about Luben a little bit, man, because they got to put some respect on Luben's name, man. The odds makers is giving Luben 17 to 18% of winning that fight, bro. I think that's crazy work. They gotta have Luben messed up. You feel me? They got to. Cat was good with it. He said Gummy's not gonna cut it with all this new. Oh yeah, you got to. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, my dog. It's a lot of moving parts in the boxing game. That's why I say old school was good with it, fan. If you just sit back and enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? It'll be some fun, you know. Man. But we're gonna get to all of it, man. We're gonna get to all of it. Support the grind. A new week, a new build. We're gonna get to it. Uncle Rick is in the building. What it do? Yes, man. I did catch that news. RIP to Victor Conte, who passed away with his, he lost his battle to cancer, is what I read, at 75 years old. So, he was a part of boxing at the end of the day. I never had no personal. So RIP to that man, and blessings and prayers to the family. For sure. Yeah, Victor Conte. Q2X in the building with a dude, man. Shout out to Uncle Rick. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy. RIP to Victor Conte, though, man. But on a brighter note, let's talk some boxing, y'all. Let's get to it, man, because we're going to get to it and we're going to get out the way. Hey, man, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. This is nasty work right here, man, by a boxing fan. Somebody said they knew who this guy was. I don't know who this dude is, but I don't care who it is. That's why I say boxing Twitter is nasty. Social media, social media boxing space is polluted with like some of the worst people that you could ever encounter. You know what I'm saying? In the space, right? This man really had a situation, bro. Like Sammy, what it do? Vergil Ortiz, y'all, really had a situation where he could have lost his life having that rhabdo, right? Somebody used to come through here. They said they had a friend that had rhabdo that was a chef that ate right and everything and still ended up passing away from it, right? So here you got Vergil Ortiz. He was fighting that joint. You going life and death with it, right? And they had to make sure that, everything was in order before he could resume his career. So he really had a situation that really could have went left for him on more than one occasion. Really was, having to get sent to the hospital, all types of shit. You get what I'm saying? And then you got these ignorant ass fans that'll come out left field, out of the woodworks, no accountability, no respect, no integrity with nothing. And you gonna tell this man to die is crazy, bro. 2 cents was good, homie. This is the shit that, messes it up for the people that really have something to say to these guys, right? That when we reach out, we really got something to say. Like, yo, what's good, man? Look, good luck to you on your fight, man. You fighting, or he fighting Erickson Lubin, bro. He fighting that fucking dog. Get what I'm saying? He fighting the third dog in a row at that. Put some respect on the man's name. You are telling this man to die. You telling him you hope he get KO. Now, all right, that's one thing, right? Because that's boxing. You can say, man, I hope you get knocked out, right? But you saying, and I hope you end up at the hospital is crazy. Whoever this is, man, you need to seek help, therapy. You need to go find yourself, man. You need to go find another sport to watch or whatever it is you call this shit. You need to get yourself far away from the sport as possible, bro. If this is how you talking, yeah, the internet is a strange place, but if this is how you talking, bro, you got to think. Ortiz will be an absolute stranger to this kid. I'm assuming this got to be a kid. You better be a kid, man. And grown men talking like this would be weird, but this is a complete stranger, bro. All he do is box. He mind his business. He don't know you. and he do a damn good job. Vergil Ortiz is one of the top guys in boxing, whether you like him or not. He got a solid resume, and I think he about to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he stick around long enough to make this Boots fight at 54, and we're gonna get into all of that. But again, man, this is what's wrong with the boxing fans right here, and this is why they, you know, they could care less what people be talking about. This shit like this. Damon, what it do, homie? Real recognized real. What it do, man? What's the next big fight? Y'all gonna watch? That's the 22nd. The card on the 22nd is the next best card. Next best card is the November 22nd, I would think. The best boxing card coming up for this month is definitely the 22nd. I can't think of a card that's going to be better than that. It's DMs like that. I got fighters on effort. I'm telling you, weird ass trolls that won't even fight for their own respect. Now it's real, bro. You see how nasty they are? Like, that's nasty work, bro. That, you know, you told them to die as if that wasn't enough. Oh, man, I hope you end up in the hospital. And it's like, bro, for what? Yo, you just woke up and chose to get in that man DM and be miserable, bro. It's crazy, nasty work. But look, over here, y'all know my slogan. We like to get the fighters that just do. And man, we gonna give Vergil Ortiz his just do. I think this is not the representation. I wish I could reach out to him. I should just send him a DM. Shit, you never know. He might see it, but this guy here, man, he don't represent true boxing fans. He's not really a boxing supporter talking like this. And you know what the crazy part is, bro? This dude probably not even rooting for Luben. He mess around, who knows if he even watched the fight. But to talk like this is crazy, bro. But he don't represent what true boxing fans or supporters sound like or type like. You know what I'm saying? This is your typical idiot, man. Your internet weirdo. You get what I'm saying? It's plenty of them everywhere, man. You get me? Shout out to Vergil, man. He said, this is why at the end of the day, I will always do what's best for me. Did you hear that? I'm going to say it again, y'all. Say, this is why at the end of the day, I will always do what's best for me. Hey, man, right then and there, how many times y'all always hear me say that's what all these guys are doing at the end of the day, right? They doing what's best for them. And sometimes what's best for them end up aligning with what the boxing world want and what the people want. That's one of these situations right here. You see it right here. Said, I stopped caring about what y'all said and what y'all think about me a long time ago. The only thing that truly kills the love of the sport for me is the fans. Listen to him. The only thing that truly kills the love of the sport for me is the fans. Dig that, bro. Dig that, bro. Dig what he's saying. Dig what he's saying, bro. The only thing that truly kills the love of the sport for me is the fans. Yo, that's crazy. Imagine some shit that you dedicated your life to, man. And yeah, he had an unfortunate health scare, man. But think about, you know, we being selfish talking about the fight and oh man, he just needed to move up. This man fighting for his life. But look how the fans start talking, right? Meanwhile, the whole time this dude never had the kind of mentality that looked like he was shying away from challenges. You could never say that. You could say Vergil never fought for a title. Yeah, you could say that he ain't a world champion right now. Yeah, that's true. But you can't say he shied away from competition. You can't say he ain't fight good guys. You can't say that. And you see who he fighting in his third straight fight, back to back smoke, man. A lot of guys don't have a resume that's going to be as tough as what his going to be at the end of the day, man. So I just think this is the last way that a fan should ever speak to any fighter, let alone a guy that's really putting it all on the line, bro. I think this is nasty work. And this is exactly what's wrong with boxing right here. You get what I'm saying? This is exactly what's wrong with boxing. You know what I'm saying? He said, not all the fans. I'm glad he acknowledged that. But the fans nonetheless, right? Just that's where it's coming from. Yo, these fans be wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro. Trolls definitely won't fight for their own respect. They ain't got no self-respect. These people crazy. That's what I'm saying. These dudes won't last 30 seconds. Dudes wouldn't last 30 seconds with Vergil Ortiz talking to that man like that. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from pro boxer. Y'all really let that sink. And you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Blunt, you get me. This is the only thing that truly kills the love of the sport. Now, a guy like Vergil that's shown me, at least from what I can see, that he's willing to fight. I'm not with all the narratives and the weird shit. This dude has showed you that he's willing to fight. You get me? I don't think he deserved this kind of disrespect. Just the same way Luben don't deserve that 17-18% the chance to win disrespect that the odds makers getting them. But we're going to get into that in just a second. But this is wild. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vergil, man. I just hope we get to a place where people have more integrity and something real to offer to the space rather than trolling, rhetoric, and disrespect for real and slander. Like, I'm tired of it. Enough is enough. Because the same way that it kills the love of the sport for him, it kills the love of like content creating and talking boxing. It's a double-edged sword and it's not a good one. You get what I'm saying? That shit burn at both ends, bro, and it's weak. You get what I'm saying? So I rock with Vergil. I just hope we get to a better space in boxing where people have a lot more healthier interactions with these fighters, bro. This is definitely not the way you should be talking to somebody that risks their life. You get what I'm saying? Put their life on the line every time they step in the square circle. That shit weak. It's lame. I ain't rocking with it. People like this need to be like you should be like, they should be able to ban you, block you from social media, something, bro. You shouldn't just be able to say shit like this, bro. I'm telling you, man, you're just talking crazy. But I hope from here on out that he get to a point where he focus more so on the positive and not the negative. You get what I'm saying? Because I heard a little clip from Erickson Lubin recently, and he said he paid attention to the negative because, you know, that shit motivate him. So I get that, but I do hope guys do get to a space where they don't forget to acknowledge the good things that are said about him and really pay attention to the ones that's truly rocking with him. Dante's Boxing talking about, brother, what's good with it? The Smoke Brothers up next in boxing. You know it. Smoke Brothers. They don't like it. Reef, what it do, homie? Vergil a badass fighter, period. Yeah, he definitely is, man. Vergil a dog, bro. Vergil a dog. He definitely don't deserve to get talked to like this. And I respect, I rock with him, man. He got a real fight with Erickson Lubin coming up. And I think it's one we going to all sit back and be able to enjoy. You know what I mean? This one should be fun. I think it's a 50-50 type fight. Either guy could lose. Lubin got losses, but they're respectable losses. He lost to some of the absolute best. Jamel Charlo still one of the absolute best. You get what I'm saying? Undefeated at the time. He lost to him. Some would have said he was a baby. He was a little too soon for the opportunity, right? And then in the Fundora fight, he was the first guy to be able to put Fundora down, was he? He definitely put Fundora down. Couldn't keep him down. He lost the fight, but he fought. That was a respectable loss. And those are top dogs. So at the end of the day, I got much respect. And he going back in there with another top dog. Luben is facing what is this? His third undefeated opponent in a row. Man, y'all got to put some more respect on his name. So again, shout out to Vergil. I hope he ignores stupid ignorance like this, man. People like this guy, what's his name? Boxing Outcome. He shouldn't even have a voice, man, whatsoever. So I hope he just block him and never say nothing to him. I hope he run into him one day. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be probably ready to piss and shit down his leg. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the homie Najee from Cigar Talk, man. I had seen his post on IG. And, you know, man, they saying the odds makers are giving Luben just 17 to 18% chance to beat Vergil Ortiz Jr., man. They got to put some respect on Hammer, man. They disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? They disrespectful. I think Hammer has something to say about this too as well, y'all. I have to pull that up, man. I have to pull it up. Hold on. Give me a second. Hammer ain't going, bro. Erickson Lubin said he ain't going. Appreciate you, CJ. Y'all make sure y'all smash up the like button, sub to the channel. We're going to build, y'all.
Sitting here with #1 contender.
Thrill Hill, what it do?
Big fight. You get your shot again at the #1 spot for the WBC this time. Or Erickson Lubin. Late night training session. How you feeling, champ?
I feel great, man. I feel great. I'm ready to rock. I was ready to rock weeks ago. And it's a big fight on my hands. Vergil Ortiz is they consider him the #1 guy in the Ring magazine at 154 pounds. And I'm just looking to claim that spot, that throne, and put myself in a very comfortable spot to where I can fight any one of these champions. A rematch for Fundora. We're fighting for the WBC interim belt, so that definitely not good for a rematch for Fundora. Maybe a rematch for Charlo.
The man talking about rematches with guys that he lost with. Fundora, Charlo. I mean, people even want to get in the ring with a Fundora. You get what I'm saying? Zayas, he calling for the smoke. He got smoke in front of him and still thinking about more smoke. And he really about that shit. They're undefeated fighter in a row. And the test getting tougher and tougher. I really dislike, and I hate to say, I hate to be so repetitive and redundant, y'all, but the negativity that surrounds boxing is at an all-time high, bro. All we got, nobody know how to respect these fighters. All they do is trash them. You get what I'm saying? The odds makers is one thing. They get it wrong all the time. It's nothing personal with them. It's about money. But these fans got to do a better job at highlighting what's dope about these fighters, man. What's different about them. Luben ain't your regular, ordinary guy. Vergil Ortiz better have his shit together. Because I see how Boachuk was touching him up. I see how Madrimov gave him issues. Erickson Lubin can box. I don't give a damn about them losses, man. Every fight you get an opportunity to win, and Vergil better have his shit together, man. Him and Robert better be coming with the right game plan. Because I'm telling you right now, Lubin could punch well with both hands. He could box, creative, technically sound. He's smart, got a good IQ, got experience. He battle tested. Get what I'm saying? He don't run from the smoke. He run to it, man.
Bakram with Dalia. You still get that going.
Look, he talking about Bakram too.
You know, this
and real quick, they called Bakram the boogeyman. He just called everybody. He want all the smoke, and he really on that. The track record speak for it, but they'd be like, "Oh, he got stopped by Fundora. Charlo knocked him out in the first round." I don't give a damn. He battle tested. Tell me how many people would have jumped in there with Charlo. What was he, 21 years old? Not a lot of people, man. Not a lot of people would even think about that. Not a lot of people would even been in a position to take that fight. You get what I'm saying? Man, that's why I root for Luben, man. Ain't nothing against Ortiz, but I really want to see Luben win. It'll get him closer to a title. Luben from the crib, got a lot of things going. Never make it to the net. Yeah, he a good dude. Yeah, facts. Tay, what's good with it, homie? I believe Luben, like coming in the underdog, then I'm calling Hammer for nothing. I'm telling you, DP Rocker, what's good, homie? How you feeling? Y'all hit that like button. Let's keep going, man.
It's a legacy type fight for me. You know, it's an undefeated, young, undefeated, furious fighter.
Title contender.
This right here sets everything up for me. I'm in my prime now, and I'm excited. I'm excited to show the world that I'm the number 154 pounder in boxing. So your last fight, you know, you did coming off a 12th round knockout. You became 11th. You became the number one guy for the IBF. You were in line to fight Bakram, and then the Vergil Ortiz fight happened. Was it that you saw something in Vergil, that you saw that this was a bigger fight? Why the choice to fight for the WBC when you could have went right to the world title shot? Well, you know, I've been ranked in the WBC for a very long time. And, you know, that's just one of my favorite belts. You know, it's a prestigious belt. All the greats pretty much had the WBC title. And I've sat at number one since pretty much 2020, 2019 in the WBC and kept fighting title eliminators after title eliminator. We decided to move on and go to the IBF because, you know, that presented itself. And, you know, I just wanted to be, I still do, and I just want to be champion. So I just
what is the 8th, right?
You know,
the 8th,
the
I
IBF
believe.
title eliminator, you know, after being out the ring. I fought Ramos, and I pretty much got the number one spot, and they took me out of the rankings with WBC. So I went ahead and moved on and went with the IBF because I was sitting in the top 3 of that, and I became
Track was good with
the number one contender in the IBF.
Saturday.
And you know, there's a lot of waiting games going on after being out the ring almost 2 years. And then the Vergil Ortiz fight presented itself. And, you know, it's a title match. It's a WBC interim title at hand on the line as well. So we just, you know, we went with that fight. It presented itself, and then everything was laid out. The IBF champion, there's too much negotiating going on. There's too much waiting going on. I already been out the ring for 2 years almost. I fought Artrio Holmes back in May.
Facts,
but
bro.
I didn't want to have to wait
Facts.
a very long time before I got back in the ring. So this presented itself. I feel like this is a fight right here that's going to line me up for any one of the belts. And it's going to put me number one at 154 pounds. Just check my resume.
And talk to him.
Speaking of that,
Talk to him, Lou. We about to put some respect on him. Look, said the IBF champion, man, too much negotiating. Man, already been out the ring long ass time. I ain't got time to be inactive, G. Oh, y'all ain't got y'all shit together over there. Y'all doing all this negotiating. Y'all dragging ass and feet. I ain't got time for another layoff. You heard him. He was already out the ring down there 2 years, bro. He ain't got time to play. And I'm telling you, that shit affects these fighters. They all say it. They all say it, bro. You want to see the Stan Jonas. What did Stan Jonas just say? You want to be at his best, he got to be active. He got to be in the ring, bro. All that break inactivity, year here, year there, man. Next thing you know, half your prime or your prime damn near gone, and you've been on the sideline. Luben said, look, man, this Golden Boy and Ortiz opportunity presented itself. You gave him saying it was laid out. They had their business in order. He said it was more lucrative in a different interview. I don't know what he's going to say in this one, but he said it was more lucrative. We can get to it. You get what I'm saying? This fight has set me up too. Look, I beat this dude. I'm in position, and it's for an interim title. I'm in position for any one of these belts anyway. You get me? So he thinking about the long game, and he taking challenges while he do it. Yeah, he could have sat around and kept negotiating with Bakram to, you get what I'm saying? You just, it's risky. But when you go from smoke to smoke, there's no way I could complain. Smoke to smoke is crazy. Like you go from Bakram to Ortiz, you really about that shit because you was willing to fight either guy. So I always rock with Luben, always.
one thing about you is that you have fought all the top guys, like you said. You have been ranked #1 since 2019, champion after champion, challenger after challenger.
Undefeated after undefeated.
That you see coming in front of you that you feel like you can come on top in this fight.
I mean, I feel like I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You know, I fought guys like Ramos. I fought guys like Fundora, Charlo, some of the top champions in 154 pounds, top champions in boxing. So, you know, Vergil Ortiz, he's a dynamic fighter, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the type of matchup this is going to be. You know, I'm training hard. Training camp is pretty much done. We're about to, you know, put a wrap up the training camp, and it's almost fight week.
Speaking of training camp, you're in Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the few first times, if not, you know, in your career. How's it training being in Las Vegas, and what made you make the change to come to Las Vegas as opposed to your hometown or your home state of Florida?
Well, I mean, you know, my last fight was back at home in Florida. I trained at home for that fight. So, you know, just I've done it. And I feel like me being away and isolated has always been a better option for me. You know, getting away from family and friends and comfortability. I'm over here with K. Karoma, you know, somebody I'm real familiar with, somebody I've known since the amateur days, and he knows my style pretty well. And, you know, he's gotten me in tip-top shape. You know, I don't want to disclose what we've been working on, but everything we've been working on has gotten me in pretty much the best shape of my life. I know a lot of fighters say that. It's a cliche statement from a fighter, but, you know, this is one of the best shapes I've been in, and it's going to show on fight night.
I like to hear that personally. Shout out to K. Karoma. I like to hear that because Vergil Ortiz is a guy that's going to test your gas tank. He's going to test your will and everything. He's going to test your heart, your metal. He's going to see what's under that hood. In other words, right? Vergil Ortiz be on go. And that's one thing you could guarantee about him. He ain't going to get no fight and half step it. He only know one way, and that's forward, 100 miles an hour on your ass. You know what I mean? So it's really good to hear that, you know, from a fighter standpoint. Erickson Lubin feel like this is the best shape he's been in. You like to hear things like that. And he even acknowledged it. We know it's cliche, but it's real talk. This is some of the best shape I've been in. You're going to see fight night. And I hope that's something that, if need be, we do get a chance to see because, again, Vergil can really push it in there. He could push the pace.
4 pound is a very hot division. Obviously, we still got Fundora doing his thing. He's supposed to be fighting Thurman. But we got a newcomer, Jerron Boots Ennis. Everyone's complaining about the resume. He didn't take the toughest fight, but he did come out with a brilliant knockout. He was actually supposed to be fighting Vergil. He mentioned that he would be willing to fight the winner of this. If you get to Vergil next weekend,
you should have asked him about him being ringside because Boots said he's gonna be ringside. Eddie Hearn confirmed that him and Boots gonna be ringside for this fight this weekend.
Can you see yourself fighting Boots? Do you have other plans, or what are your thoughts on that?
I can see myself fighting Boots maybe one day. You know, Boots is a tremendous fighter. He has great skill. And with me and Boots being in the ring, I think it'd be a firefight. It'd be a highly skillful matchup. But right now, honestly, you know, no ducking, no dodging nobody. You know, y'all know I don't do that. But
Right.
I'm looking to get one of these belts. If Boots end up with a belt, then we could talk more about the Boots fight. You know, that it'd make more sense then.
Is Boots deserving of a title shot right now? Given his resume at 54 and what he did in 47, do you feel like
I
should
think
be in line for a title fight next?
I think a lot of boxing has been a popularity contest. I do think he's one of the more popular fighters in the division today. And you know, he was champion at 147. So him moving up from 147 to 154, just like Devin Haney. Devin Haney just came from 140, moving up to 147, and he's about to fight Brian Norman for his title. So I feel like, you know, Boots being one of the more popular guys, ex-champion, I do think he's deserving of a title. I do think he's maybe in line to fight a Boss Baru guy. And I think, you know, if he walks away with that title, then yeah, that's something that I'm looking forward to, you know, chasing is the titles. You know, one thing I want is the titles. So if he ends up with it, for sure we can make it happen. Me myself, I'm in line with the WBC to get that title. So I'm definitely chasing the 154-pound title, the WBC belt. And if any other titles present itself, then yes, let's do it. That's what I want is the titles.
You see? And you know what? I like the fact that this is coming from a fighter that is known to take tough fights and to be about the smoke, right? Because you know, you can't say that he's just saying that he don't want to fight nobody, he ducking smoke. Nah, he telling you straight up what makes sense. He like, look, yeah, I see Boots. He gave his opinion about his first fight. Like he ain't think too much of it, but he acknowledged Boots as having great skills and all that, and it'd be a great fight when they fight. But again, when you've been in his position, you done fought Charlo, you done fought Fundora, you done fought this will be your third undefeated opponent in a row. Ain't none of them dudes had no titles. This one for an interim title. Why the hell you just gonna keep fighting the most dangerous guys with no title on the line? Right? He like, nah, man, I win this fight, I'm in position for one of these titles. And you hear him really laying it out like a real one. Nah, but a Boots fight, you know, he beat Boss Baru, he get a title there. Then hell yeah, let's do it. Let's get it on. Like he being a realist. And these are the kind of guys that get overlooked because they got a loss or two. So I'm here to say, man, Luben, he's an underdog in this fight, I believe, especially obviously would have been having a 17 to 18% chance of winning by these odds makers. They expect him to lose. He's a live dog in every sense of the word. Shout out to the homie at McQueen. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? All right, let's finish playing the rest of this. It ain't too much. It's only a couple more minutes.
It's Fundora. He was supposed to fight Keith Thurman. What are your thoughts on that fight? And who do you feel like could edge that fight out? Matchup.
In my opinion, I think Fundora right now is you know, he's gotten a little better. He's using his height a little bit more.
Peace to the Queen, Lisa. How you feeling today? You hear what he's saying about Fundora? I just love to hear guys that are students of the game. He's saying he got a bit better, using his height and shit more. He know it.
Keith Thurman has a lot of experience under his belt. They do call him one time. He has tremendous power, great lateral movement, experience, and knows how to use the ring and the clock and everything like that. So, you know, before I had a 60-40 Fundora, but today my odds are a little different. I have it a 50-50 fight. 50-50 fight.
Talk to him, Luben. 50-50, man.
He's a big puncher. You know, him giving the weight, you know, may play to his advantage. I think Fundora's he's gotten better, but you know, he still has lapses in his defense. So
yeah, he do.
We'll see what does happen.
Yeah, he do.
All right.
Great assessment, man. Great assessment. He got a bit better. He acknowledged that. Using the height and the reach and shit a little bit more. He acknowledged that. But he still got those little lapses in defense. And for those reasons, we keep Thurman being a guy that got good power, good lateral movement, experience. He got it 50-50, man. I like his assessment and breakdown, man. I rock with that.
Next weekend, this is it. Is your shot at the WBC interim belt? What can we expect from Erickson
Let's
Lubin?
go, Luben. You talk to him, Tay. Resume crazy.
That's all I'm focused on is coming out with a W. I know a lot of people overlook me in this matchup because they want to see Boots and Vergil Ortiz, but that's a fight that was a fantasy matchup at 147 pounds. This is 154 pounds. You got a lot more players in this division.
Talk to him, Luben.
Division. There's a lot more fights you can make at this division, and I think the fight is long gone. And I'm gonna show next Saturday why I'm the best at 154 pounds.
Oh,
last
shit.
question.
He said that fight was a fantasy fight at 47. This shit different up here at 54. He's saying it's diffy. This shit's about to be long gone. He said he about to show people why this fight about damn. He don't even think that he don't even think Boots and Vergil gonna happen at 54. He got plans, man. He said the hell with all that. Y'all here pre-planning fights like he ain't up next, like he ain't one of them ones, man. Like he ain't took the last couple O's, man. The last couple guys he done snatched their O's, man. Hey, Vergil. Hey, you gonna be the third one? Hey, you know, some people say third time's a charm, man. He might snatch that O, bro. That 17, 18% might hurt. Man, might come back to haunt you, man.
That was long gone, but to happen to come back into the media just yesterday was a rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. They're obviously talking about potentially fighting again.
That I don't care about. So y'all heard it from Luben, man. Look, he's very aware, he's self-aware, he's motivated, he's confident, and he goal-oriented. He know what he want. He want the titles, bro. He want the titles. He came so close before. You know what I mean? He's took some tough losses in his career, but he's always bounced back. He's having a hell of a run right now. He never gets in a fight to lay down. You get me? And with all the experience that he got, I think this is going to be a real fight. This is going to be a real scrap. It's going to be a test of the wills and everything, man. You get me? I think, you know, Ortiz is the kind of guy that can really, really push it. Ah, shit, that's wild. Oh, all right. Yeah, no, never mind. It was not as wild as it looked. I get it. Yeah, that's crazy. Man, Ace, what it do, family? All love. Shout out to the homie Ace, man. Always supporting the grind, too, in a huge way, man. Much love to my dog, Ace.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to the homie, man. Appreciate you, man. No more snack, bro. You said good day for boxing. No more snack. I'm looking at that right now. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, they're going to be on his head. They're going to be on his helmet for that. Oh, man. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. It's a lot to talk about, but we're going to get to it. We're going to keep cooking, y'all. Shit, man. If Luben get the whooping on my dog, I'm intervening. He's not fighting fair. Miss Jones for it. Luben bringing it, Lisa. You feel me? He bringing it, man. He want that smoke. He want that smoke, and he ain't ducking none of it, man. He coming for everything, man. I always love Luben attitude, his fight style, the confidence. He got personality with his fight game, man. Luben make this shit fun. He's fun to watch. He's one of those guys that's fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? He really can scrap. And he a vet in this game, man. He a vet in this game. He got some skin in the game, man. You know, Luben ain't no spring chicken. You hear me? He gonna be out here beating somebody's ass in a minute, man. Vergil, man, might be rough for Vergil. All right, Damon, let me update you. RIP to Victor Conte. Victor Conte is passed away at 75 years old. They said due to his battle with cancer. You know what I'm saying? And Tank posted on Twitter, you know, good day in boxing. And he said, no more snack for you bastards. So, you know what I mean? And I don't think he's celebrating the death. I think he's saying no more snack for y'all. But I guess it's just bad timing. And I don't mean they can't, you know, people can't still, you know, be associated with Snap. I wouldn't think so. Ryan, what's good, homie? How you feeling, bro? Shout out to my dog, Ryan. Boxing talk up north, though. You know what I'm saying? Up north. So, yeah, man. 50-50 fight, man. That's what this is for real. You know, I know Vergil don't think it's only 17 to 18% for Luben to win. Maybe he feel like he definitely gonna win, but I know he know that he got a real challenge ahead of him, man. He got a real challenge ahead of him. This is not somebody to overlook at all. You better take this shit serious. Luben hungry, man. He title chasing, man. He chasing titles, man. Luben want to win. Hey, Faber G's, talk about it. He got very underrated skills because he took a couple losses. And that Charlo loss, bro, that was an experience thing, in my opinion. I ain't making no excuses, none. Charlo was just a better man, more experienced. And he got caught with a shot. He got caught cold, and he ain't recovered. But he's gotten better since then. And he's gained more experience since his second loss against Fundora. And if his face didn't, you know, I don't think if they ain't blow their nose over there in the corner, man, he might have been better off. You know what I'm saying? He might have been able to continue to fight. Yeah, Damon. Because see, we're going to talk about it all. So I just wanted to make sure I gave this fight its proper due. And look, we're going to talk about this fight throughout the week. You know what I mean? Because it is their fight week. That's one of the things I like to try to do. You know what I mean? Let's keep talking about the fight that's coming up. It's fight week. Hopefully they keep giving us little bits and pieces and things to break down. But this is going to be a real one. Vergil Ortiz comes behind. He comes straight forward behind that high guard. He's very aggressive. He loves to push the pace. And like I said, he is a bit more creative than what meets the eye with the offense. But I think it's the high guard that people feel like Luben is going to be able to take advantage of. A technical, sharp, savvy, experienced boxer should be able to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? The high guard in some spots. So let's see. It won't be easy because, again, Vergil got firepower of his own. Make no mistake, this is power versus power. They don't call Hammer for no reason. The dude his last fight was an 11th round stoppage. He can't stop you. So bro got his work cut out for him. This shit is serious. But man, I think that's a 17, 18%, man. They done bumped their head, man. That's for people that must ain't never seen Luben fight. I must don't really know what he about, because I just can't see it that way. I think it's way more competitive than what the odds makers have it. But who knows, man? For the guys that like to bet, you might have something there, man. Putting some money on Luben for the upset, you might have something. I'm telling you. I mean, we seen this story before, y'all. Hispanic fighter, Latino fighter. We seen it. Jesus Ramos, undefeated, big guy, powerful, strong, come forward fighter. Luben outlasted him. He used his experience, and he maintained his composure. He weathered the little early storms, and he boxed beautifully down the stretch of the fight. And he beat Jesus Ramos and gave him his first and only loss to this day. Is Luben about to be another Jesus Ramos? Because they had Luben messed up in that fight. I'm telling you. And I know some people are like, he got a gift. I ain't trying to hear that shit. He won. He beat that boy. You hear me? So Ortiz, better cross your T's and dot your I's. You better be on your P's and Q's, G. Better be on your P's and Q's. Best lefty Ortiz's fault. Talk about it, Thrill. You feel me? Got him early in his career. Yeah, he did. Tank is Mr. Bad Timing right now. Yeah, he tripping. He definitely tripping with that. L-Dub-Boxing, my guy, the plug is in the building. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Y'all double tap the screen. Hit that like button. We're going to keep cooking. But like I said, y'all, really good fight. I'm glad it's fight week. It's still some drama stuff out there. We're going to cover it all. But this is a fight that I'm really looking forward to, man. For different reasons, bro. Different reasons right here. This is one of the ones for sure. Experiences, and you know what's crazy? Luben is still young. Like, he's still a young fighter to me. You get what I'm saying? He's a young fighter. I don't feel like he got a lot of miles, but he's experienced at the same token, right? Took some tough losses, but I mean, I think that shit build character. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he took a loss and then just went on a streak, just start trying to fight all journeyman easy fights. Nah, he still go after the smoke. So I expect to see a real spirited fight coming this weekend, man. May the best man win. But he's a young scrappy dude, and Vergil is too. And you know what's crazy? Both of these guys are powerful, and they both have aspirations of like becoming world champions. And this was what makes the fight so good. Luben understands. He been reading the negative comments. He know people are overlooking him. He know people overlooking him. It ain't nothing new, right? He's been in that place before. He's been in that position before. Vergil Ortiz is the favorite, young, hungry, come forward, strong fighter. Not too long ago, he had 100% KO ratio, right? People think he's just gonna be too much for Luben, but they might be in for a rude awakening. Zeke, what's good with it, homie? How you feeling? So I don't know. It's a pick 'em fight, man. I like both guys, man. I just want to see a great fight. But I think the DM towards Vergil Ortiz was nasty work, man. I think that was disgusting. You know, to DM that man that shit like that. Talk to that man like that. You know, just wish that man the best of luck and sit back and enjoy a good fight. But again, this fight got big implications because this could either this could potentially be the fight that the launch pad to move Vergil Ortiz closer to Boots, possibly, right? Or maybe Luben could spoil all them plans, because that's what he said. Remember, Eddie Hearn said him and Boots is going out, they gonna be in the building. He said they're gonna be in the building. They gonna be in the building. I wonder would they allow him in the ring though. They gotta let him in the ring, so let it be real, man. Whoever win this fight, Boots is sitting there ringside. They need to get Boots in the ring. I'm telling you, take advantage. John Wick, what to do? Both on the same level. Lou has a really good jab. Give Vergil some problems. Yeah, Vergil got a nice heavy jab too. Come forward guy. He get a little creative in there with the offense, more than what people give him credit for. But Luben could be more skillful. Could be more skillful. They both battle tested, which is why I like this, and they both like are so close to being potentially a world champion. That's gonna lead to a real good fight. I'm telling you. I know Luben don't want to lose for a third time. I know he don't, because they're gonna say every time you step up, you lose. He don't want that to be said. Some people trying to call him a journeyman, right? He lose again, they're gonna be like, oh, you can't win the big fights. So I want to see what Luben is gonna do. I know the motivation got to hit different. You get what I'm saying? You ain't trying to go back to the drawing board, and you're not trying to take no loss. These dudes out their damn minds. They're giving this man between 17 and 18% to win a fight. Man. So I should post this and tag him, man. Just a little fuel for his bulletin board, man. He need to see how the odds makers got him effed up. Because you know Luben he liked the bad press. He liked the negative comments, right? He liked to be counted out and doubted, man. You get me? I think he need to see this. Luben need to see that the people are against you. The odds makers said you ain't got a chance. They said you easy money, because that's what they saying right here. They saying Luben easy money. Vergil getting told to die in his DMs, right? And then Luben, they out here, they saying you easy money. They saying point to the easy work, Luben. That's what they saying. Yo, the odds makers like, man, point to the easy work, bro. They like, man, ain't no way in hell Verge about to get in here and lose this fight. You hear me? They tripping. Yeah, those was where he was giving up the rounds or giving up the moments. You know what I mean? When he kept the fights in the ring, that's when he was winning. In boxing, that's when he was winning. Golden Boyfriend and Cook, bro, the word is out. Oh, man. Golden Boy. Telling you, Erickson Lubin, man, I might have something for the upset, man. You might put a couple of bucks for that upset, for that good old upset, y'all. I don't know. It might be crazy, but hey, good old upset. So let's keep rolling, man. This is gonna be one of the most important fights, I think, at 54, because it could possibly be a future Boots opponent, right? Not saying I don't want to say next per se, but right. I think if Vergil wins, obviously it's all systems go. It makes all the sense in the world if Boots is sitting ringside to get in the ring, despite whoever win. But definitely Vergil, because you've been selling it, y'all been pushing it. Eddie Hearn is adamant about, being there and making a presence felt. Boots even said, like, he here now, don't duck. He's saying that shit to Vergil. So, hey, look, I just want to see fights that make sense, man. I do. I really do. And this is another thing too, though. Luben is not looking to fight a Boots unless he has a title with Vergil. You know what I'm saying? And I still think that fight won't happen unless one of them got a title. So we're going to see how this shit shake out. But I don't want to look past this fight. I think it's 50-50, and the odds makers might have this one really wrong. I think they got Luben messed up. You know what I'm saying? It's not really an upset. I only say that because of like what they obviously the odds, right? With the odds, how they got it is going to be an upset. You know what I mean? In the boxing space because of how wrong they got Luben messed up. Said do his best for me. Sounds like you on the way to 160. Hey, speaking of that, before we move on, I'll just play this clip from Vergil. I thought I had a clip from Vergil. Yeah, I did.
In the past, there were rumors that you accepted a fight with Crawford.
I've never gotten an offer to fight Crawford, so either declined or accepted.
Now he's coming off a high of beating Canelo. Is that still a fight you would entertain?
I would love the Crawford fight. I think that's a great fight. I respect Crawford a lot as a fighter and a person, a great guy and great fighter, and I think that it should happen.
At what weight would you see that fight happen again?
I think that fight would happen at 160 now.
I just played that just because you happen to mention 162 cents. So you say you feel like he on the way. I'm just saying he already explored the fight, but I think he's gonna stick around because I think he really do want a title down there at 54 if he can get one. And I do believe that he with the smoke. I really do. If just look at his resume. I think his resume is a good indicator, a barometer to say what kind of fighter Vergil is, right? But I think the lack of a title is more of an indictment on Golden Boy than it is Vergil. I don't think he's done anything, right? You get me? Because look at Boots. People will say he's fought less but accomplished more, right? It's crazy how boxing works. So just got to see. I think Vergil is with the smoke, though. I really do. Band up. What's good with it, homie? Yeah, man. 75 years old. R.I.P. to Victor Conte. So you never know, man. But he expressed thoughts of being up at 160. But I don't see the Crawford fight happening for Verge. You know what I mean? I know that's just his thoughts, but I don't see it. I don't see it. Let's keep rolling, y'all. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep on moving. All right, man. So, man, this fight coming up between I just wanted to speak on this briefly because it's something that I'm seeing. I'm seeing an angle being pushed with this Norman Haney fight, right? I can't get enough of it because I think it's going to end up crazy. I really do. I think the fight ends up wild, but I'm hearing people saying that now Norman has to win by KO because if he don't, they looking to set up, people with I don't even want to call it a conspiracy because it very well could happen. I mean, shit, business-wise, it makes sense, right? It could be looking to set up a fight between Devin and Ryan in a rematch, right? For damn unification would be crazy because just stay hypothetically for a second. If Ryan is fighting Barrios, right? If that fight is to happen and he wins that fight, that's at 147 pounds, the WBC title. This one to be for the WBO later this month, right? And Devin Haney would be a 3-division champion. Ryan Garcia would finally be a world champion to be coming off a pretty, meaningful fight, right? And I could see the rematch happening under them terms. It just seemed like easy business, right? It seemed easy. It seemed like Ryan losing, he killed the momentum of a potential rematch. But again, winning cures everything. So with him winning, I can see them going in that direction if they both are successful, right? Ryan actually does make a fight with Barrios and beat him for his title, and Devin Haney is successful against Norman. I mean, it just seemed like simple, easy business, right? But I don't know if Norman has to get a KO to win this fight. I don't think it's going to be no foul play with the judges or any of that. I just think we're going to get a good fight. I think the best man going to win. Whoever that ends up being, it remains to be seen who's going to be the best man. But I don't know, man. Devin Haney, man, I just got this feeling that he could end up being another one of these Jin Sasaki types, man, because the way y'all talking, all I'm saying is this. You fight the way that they've been talking, fans and shit, I could see a Jin Sasaki moment. I'm telling you, I'm not even joking. But if you go out there and you box and be smart and you beat Devin Haney, then things get interesting. But people keep pushing this knockout angle, man. I just wanted to talk about this for a second. Like, this one of the posts I seen, they said it been 2,120 days since Devin Haney last won a fight via knockout. Now, I don't know if them days are as accurate, but I will say it's been since 2019? That's like 6 years, right? Been about 6 years, man. They saying the last time he got a knockout, Carmel Moulton was 11 years old. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Prince Harry married Meghan Markle. Wow, who the hell be coming up with this stuff? 12 months before COVID was discovered. This is wild. Manny Pacquiao was a world champion. What the hell? Abdullah Mason was 13 years old. Man, who was that? Hasley, Without Me was #1. I don't know that song. Eminem was in his early 40s. That's funny. These people are idiots. Alexander Usyk was at cruiserweight. Black Panther was the #1 movie. That's just wild. Boots Ennis was still fighting 8-rounders. HBO and Showtime were thriving in boxing. Joe Biden had yet to fall over in public. That's crazy. The internet is ridiculous, bro. Mac Majestic, he said Devin in 11. Okay, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it, G. Someone got a lot of time on their hands. Yeah, they petty as hell. But look, stuff like this can either be fact, because it's, I can see where they're going with this, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, why it doesn't matter? Because he's not a knockout artist. He's not a knockout guy. And as long as he's not selling like knockouts, it's all good. But that's why I said the fight is gonna be up to them and how it looks, right? They gotta fight a certain way, right? You can't go out there trying to prove shit to the fans. You gotta fight your fight. And that's the main thing that's important. Over 2,000 days since the knockout. Who cares? I mean, shit, he ain't never been a KO artist, bro. So I don't see it being a big deal. You know what I'm saying? A little funny, a little graphic, though. But we all knew about this. But look, man, this might be the play. I can see it. Their path back to each other is their next win. I think if they really want to fight each other again, and they both express wanting to fight each other again in different interviews and stuff like that, but their path back to each other is through their next win. They both got to be successful in their next wins. And if Ryan actually does fight a guy like Mario Barrios and actually beat him, but Mario Barrios, man, he ain't beat, man. Did an interview a while back talking about a fight with Ryan Garcia and how that'll look. Because that's the path. That's his only path right there, man. I'm telling you. He been on the sideline since Rolly beat him up. He looks sad. He don't look like he in no shape for real. He don't look like he in no shape. So he better come. If he get that Barrios fight, he better take that shit serious, man. But this is something Mario Barrios had to say back then when asked about a fight with Ryan.
Between you and Ryan. I think it would be a great fight. It would be very exciting. But like I said, I think overall, my boxing ability, my boxing IQ would give me the edge in that fight.
Yeah, it's been like, De La Hoya Vargas was a fight where you had like two great Mexican-American fighters. Do you feel like there'd be a lot of contrast in that dynamic just between the two different type of guys you are and the styles and everything?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're complete different people, especially the way we present ourselves. But like I said, man, he's doing great right now. He had this big win for himself. So like wherever he decides to go, that's completely up to him. But if at any point, he does move up and his name is brought to my attention, I mean, I would say yes to that fight with no hesitation.
It would make sense too, because he had a great win, but there's still this critique of like, you haven't won a world title yet. you guys would be for the full WBC belt. You know, assuming Crawford is moving up, so you guys, that would be his chance, right?
You know, like we said, whether it's him, whether it's any of the other top welterweights, there's a lot of, you know, great fights to be made, and I feel like most of the welterweights in the division right now, I feel like we all have the same mentality. You know, we all want to fight the best. We all want to give fans, you know, the best fights, and that's exactly, you know, what I, you know, intend and plan on doing.
You see, man, he think it'd be a good fight, but obviously he gonna feel like he'll win. But I know we all got something to say about that, being that the way he's looked in his last couple fights. This dude coming on back-to-back title draws. You get me? Back-to-back. Abel Ramos, he got his face beat up pretty damn good in that fight. It looked crazy. Title fight draws as well. Back-to-back. Then Manny Pacquiao, I mean, some people felt like he won. Some people felt like Manny won. The point is, you can't be having them close calls with the Abel Ramoses, and I don't give a damn if it's Manny Pacquiao. That's Manny Pacquiao after the world watched him eat porridge. The world watched Manny Pacquiao eat porridge after Yordanis Ugas put belt to ass to him. Right? They uploaded that video. Manny shit was tinted up on dubs. Couldn't see. How will my brother Skills say he was proper raccooned up? Get what I'm saying? That bro had a bowl of porridge in front of him getting eaten and shit. So nah, that was the Manny Pacquiao. And you fought him considerably after that point. I'm sorry. You were supposed to win. Like, if you a young, thriving champion, if you about to make a good title run, you gotta create some separation in your fights. You get what I'm saying? That's back-to-back title fights. That shit is crazy. Back-to-back draws. Like, basically, in my opinion, I feel like he hanging on to that title by a thread, man. He hanging on to the title by a thread, and it's the right opponent, and Ryan might be that guy. I don't know. I think he's the better boxer than Ryan and shit like that, right? Got good experience. Got more experience than Ryan. Battle tested like hell. He fought Tank, shit, Thurman, you know, Pacquiao. He's fought him. He's fought some names, right? But how's he gonna look in this fight, right? You know what I'm saying? Is he on borrowed time, man? You get me? Can he really make a realistic title run? Because he looking like the weakest link at 47. No disrespect to him. Starting to look like he had better days, man. I noticed something with Barrios. He always start pretty damn strong. He start pretty damn strong, and then he kind of fade a bit. And then he allows his opponent into the fight, and then it end up being a drag him out type of back and forth. You get what I'm saying? And then his face be getting chopped up, bro. Man, his face be getting broken up. Shout out to Ashley's Corner. It was good, cuzzo. So I thought this Devin really trying to suit his own. Oh, no, he really, yeah, that was real. No, that was real. They really was trying to do that. Shout out to cuzzo. They was really trying to do that. Yeah, RIP Victor Conte, man. We heard the news. Y'all double tap that screen. Hit that like button. We gonna keep building, man. RIP to Vic, man. Ryan about to fight Barrios. That's the fight that they're talking about. Because remember, they linked him with they were saying he was the replacement for Tank with the Jake Paul situation. Oscar De La Hoya came out ASAP. He shot that down. And then the news came out that him and Barrios is close to putting a fight together. You know what I'm saying? For the WBC title. So it's a good chance. And that's why I see people saying now that Brian Norman needs to knock Devin Haney out. Because if he don't, if it's a decision, especially if it's competitive or close, they feel like it's gonna favor Devin because they can make money with the Ryan Garcia rematch. And you know, boxing is a business that's about making that money. So people starting to push that Brian Norman has to knock out Devin Haney in order to avoid, you know, this rematch happening between Ryan and Devin, because that's their path to each other. Their path back to each other is through wins, bro. They both got to win their next fights. You know what I mean? Yeah, he passed away 75. They said from he had a battle with cancer. So RIP to Victor Conte, man. Ryan Garcia knocks Barrios out that ring. You think so? I mean, look, it could happen, bro. It could happen. He could. He could. He could. It could. It could happen. But my thing is Barrios ain't been looking is hot, but we don't know what to expect from Ryan. And I had played that little short clip because Barrios gave his thoughts on what the fight between him and Ryan, what it might look like. look, it's gonna be an interesting fight nonetheless. I don't know what to expect from Ryan. Barrios, like I said, he start hot and then he slow down. I don't know how that's gonna look with him and Ryan if they actually do fight, but let's see. Versus Brian, the fight versus Ryan won't lose momentum. Oh, you don't think so? Think if Devin lose versus Brian, the fight versus Ryan won't lose the momentum? You don't think so? I think if he gets sparked, I think they thinking about going in another direction. Because they're going to treat it like, oh, well, you lost. Or, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think a lot is riding on Ryan, too, and what he looked like in his next fight. If it's going to be against Barrios, it's kind of a bad look. And look, I don't want to jump the gun. Let me include this important detail. My guy had brought it up the other day. Dub has said it. You don't know if the WBC is going to improve Ryan fighting for the WBC strap. You remember he was supposed to allegedly be banned for fighting for their title for the comments that he made. So it's still very early, but I can most certainly understand where people are going with the angle that, you know, unless Brian Norman knocks out Devin Haney, then they're going to end up giving him a win on the cards or something to, you know what I mean? We just don't know. Wrist surgery, flip-flopping the trainers. Ryan has more questions. Hell yeah, he got more questions. But he definitely got more questions. But I just don't know what to expect from Barrios, Dub. I feel like he on borrowed time. I feel like he holding on to this title by a thread. You get me? I don't feel like he got a firm grasp for the title, like with the last two outings. I'm like, draw. I get it, man. I get it. But Abel, man, he was getting chopped up in that Abel fight. That shit was getting rough. That's why I'm saying that with Barrios. So I expect more from him. I know early he can start a certain way and look a certain way, but it's like, man, dude start getting he start allowing his opponent in the fight in the second halves, man. But we're gonna see. It's a lot of, I guess, red and yellow tape for them to get through before they could put that fight together. But it looked like that's the direction they going. I keep hearing it. Ryan will have to box or fight Barrios every minute of every round. I'm telling you, man, he might get he might have to stop him because but see, that's the thing. Tank stopped Barrios. Tank was the only one to be able to stop Barrios. Keith Thurman beat him up. Tank stopped him. Keith Thurman rearranged his nose. He looked rough against Ramos. He looked rough against Pacquiao. Nobody else been able to stop him. Ryan might could stop him. Don, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Ryan gonna stop Barrios? He could. The possibility is there. Barrios' face was a mess. Yeah, man. I don't know. He just got that scar tissue, Dub. His face break up, bro. His face start breaking up. You be like, damn. He a dog, man. I ain't gonna lie. He an Aztec warrior for real. He a tough dude, man. Barrios is a tough kid, man. Barrios is a tough kid for sure, man. He definitely tough, bro. Barrios is tough. I'm telling you. And that's what I'm glad you brought that up because that's where I'm at with it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? On the WBC integrity level, Ryan will face Barrios. I'm telling you, they're gonna be like, it's gonna make some money, and they're gonna let him do it, Damon. You know what I'm saying? We'll see, though. We'll see. Because it ain't like he came out and made no statement, but it is very early, so we never know. But that's what I was going at with it. And I know with each passing fight, it's not like a video game where your health bar restart and you just at 100%, right? I feel like with each passing fight, Barrios is getting more and more his health bar chipped away at, right? And then he getting there a little bit lesser than what he was the last time. And that's not me trying to be funny or anything like that. Because boxing is so physically demanding. And these fights, to me, like, it's like his fights ain't like they're getting easier for him. These shit's getting hard. Like, Abel Ramos should not have been that difficult, I don't think. Manny Pacquiao, it's like, you get it to a degree, but it's like, bro, you got to beat his old ass. What was Manny, 45, 46? How old was he when he fought Barrios? You got to beat him. That's Grandpa Manny at this point. You got to beat him up. You can't even call him Pac-Man no more. That's Grandpa. You know what I mean? That's Grandpac. You know what I mean? It's Grandpac. They ain't Pac-Man. That's Grandpac. You fought Grandpac. You ain't fight Pac-Man. You out there struggling, getting punched on and shit, acting crazy. Cash said, let's go to Dodgers, watch some baseball. Barrios and Till has some facial scar tissue. Yeah, they do. They faces start getting broken up, don't it? Man, locked and loaded was good. Barrios supposed to retire. Pop. Yeah, he had to get Pop Pack out of there, man. Pop Pack. You know what I'm saying? That's Grandpac. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's Grandpack. He's supposed to retire his old ass, man. Now because of you, and I assume it's because you didn't give him the treatment Ugas made him sit it down. See, this is all I'm saying, bro. I'm not being funny. Ugas made Manny sit it the hell down, bro. In fact, he had to sit down, double dubbed. His eyes was on double dubs, double tent. You know what I'm saying? The tent was extra dark. You get what I'm saying? And he had to sit there and eat that porridge without being able to see the bowl in front of him. You were supposed to give him that kind of treatment and make his ass like kind of, you know what I'm saying, second guess doing this shit. Now because of you, he out here talking about fighting Floyd and shit again. You see what I'm saying? They out here talking about fighting Rolly. Get what I'm saying? You don't let Pacquiao feel like he got more in the tank, man. That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to make him say, you know what? I'm gonna sit it down. And because of that, I just feel like Barrios is still a tough ass dude. He can fight. Starts really fast. He starts strong all the time, but he wavers down the stretch, and that shit could get dangerous because all it takes is one shot. And I don't know I don't know what to expect from Ryan. So look, I could lean towards Barrios pulling it off, but I know Ryan. All I'm saying, y'all, is with what I've seen from Mario Barrios in recent memory, I think there'll be opportunities for Ryan if this fight was to happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a guaranteed loss for Barrios, nah. But there'll be opportunities, right? And Ryan is an opportunist. Crush the legend, my dog. What's good with a crush? Pack still putting paws on these younger. Hey, man, Cash, was putting paws on Barrios, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I don't want to see the Floyd joint. I'd rather see him versus Rolly. If he gonna do it, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Defending his titles on draws. That's why I'm saying though that the draws make me a little hesitant. I just feel like he on borrowed time. I feel like he need a performance where he separate himself from the competition during the fight and not allow every fight to be like super close. That's what I'm saying with Mario. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios. Gotta tighten up. Tighten up, Mario. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But Haney, we know what's up with Haney. I'm not expecting no knockout. I don't know how his fans could be confident of a knockout when it's been so many days, so many years since he's had one. I know he came close with Regis. I feel like if it was anybody that he could have probably stopped, it should have been Regis in recent memory. I think it's more so him just not being the biggest a puncher mixed with his mentality. He's a safety first defense, you know, he's a smart boxer and he don't necessarily go for the kill per se. Dub brought up something the other day. He talked about something with his punch resistance. I think ever since he had, you know, hurt his arm some years ago, that could be a thing, but he don't go for the kill. He had Regis on skates, man. He really had him right where he wanted, and he didn't press the issue. He still stayed sharp and stayed disciplined, and he beat him. But that's just his temperament. And I don't know. If he's coming with a different mentality for this Brian Norman fight, then it'll be something that we haven't seen in the last few fights, that's for sure. If he come to stand in there and try to knock him out and be aggressive, you got my respect. You come like that, but you're going to get hurt. I'm standing on my pick. You come out there, step into that man like you did with Ryan Garcia, you're going to meet very similar fate. I think the difference is in this fight, because he got more tools than Ryan, he more polished than Ryan, he's just a better fighter, more committed and disciplined to the sport. I think you get knocked out. Yeah, I think you get knocked out. I'm not wishing it and hoping and praying on it. I'm just being a boxing fan, making my pick. It's a 50-50. It should be a 50-50 fight, but it's more like 60-40 to me. Like I said before, his experience in that smaller weight class is not going to have no bearing on the fight, the way the fight play out with Norman Jr. He don't got the longer arms. He a bit taller, but he's not the bigger body. They're both fast guys. Brian Norman has really good timing. We know timing trumps speed. He has very good punch placement. He's getting better each fight, improving. He's an improving fighter right now. And Devin Haney's a fighter that's trying to bounce back with question marks. So if he can answer them questions, then good for him. his career goes on, and boxing is in a good place if you got Devin Haney at the top of his game, right? I think he's a damn good boxer, and as long as he go out there putting that on display, then he gives himself the best chance to win. You got to forget all that. And again, in spots, you got to mix it up, but you got to come out there to win. Not the same exact mentality that you had, not the same exact mentality that you had in the Ramirez fight, just similar, right? You didn't want to get hit. It was clear you did not want to get hit in that Ramirez fight. Some said you was scary. A lot said you was scary. You fought timid. I thought you fought very timid, but you got it done. You won pretty much every round. You never really got hit with no solid shots. My question is, can you do that against a better fighter, a younger fighter, fresher fighter, way more dangerous, more calculated, more cerebral at this point in his career? Can you do that against a young champion, Brian Norman Jr., right? Dude, he got enough experience in his young career to cancel out the experience that you gained at 135 that people can't stop talking about. That Lomachenko win is not going to show up in this fight. Beating none of those guys at 135 pounds ain't going to show up. Beating Regis ain't going to show up. You got to show up and be a full-fledged 147-pounder. Some would say this is his second fight at 47. Some would say it is his first. However you want to look at it is how you look at it. I just know he got to be prepared. Weight don't win fights alone. You got a skill set, discipline, and strategy, man, and temperament. And he got to have those things in check. Brian Norman got to, he got to rise to the occasion and show everybody that the moment is his moment. The moment ain't going to be too bright for him. He got to show why he's the young champion. And I think this would be the first time in that he fought a younger guy younger, that was a champion. It's been a while, right? So that hasn't been the case for Devin Haney. So we got his work cut out for him. But I think his fans are doomed to repeat the same kind of shit if y'all start gassing for them to go out there and just fight again and stand in there and he got this power this and this power that. Nah, man, y'all say muscles don't win fights, right? Ain't that what Dev said? He just not a power puncher, so I don't see him knocking out Brian Norman. I think Brian Norman is taking punches from bigger guys now. Anybody can get hit with a shot you don't see and be stopped, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think the gap in skill is a significant one, like Devin Haney says. He said they're levels apart from each other. I don't see levels apart from each other, not like that, but I could be wrong. He could show me on fight night that they levels apart. If he can show me that they levels apart, then kudos to him. Kudos to him. But what did he say, man?
The best of the best, no matter how much muscles you got, how much power you got, I will show him.
They always talk about
he has power. We all know they got power.
They in middleweight
against guys we've never seen before. We've never heard of these guys before. So I will show him that power is good, muscles is good. He's a muscle. He got a lot of muscles, but muscles don't win fights at the high level. Bro, that this is my first time that I'm fighting a guy that's younger than me. It will show just how much levels I am above him.
Man, we are having a ball, man. Blessed that Mateo, Team Boxer, which is me, Team Haney, which is me also, has came together. You know what I'm saying? So we love the life like that.
No, it will be too much. Against a guy like I'm gonna show that I'm levels above him. I've been fighting these guys at the top level, the best of the best fighters in the world for some time now.
Sir.
One thing about him, that kid gonna work, bro. I've always said that about him. He gonna put the work gonna be put in. All right, get that out of here. Get that music out of here. Y'all trying to play a whole damn track. But if he don't do nothing else, he gonna put the work in. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying muscles don't win fights, but they keep bragging about his physique and how he look at at the weight class. Now, to your point, Damon, it is a chance that he, we obviously know he shrunk down at the smaller weights, and accomplished what he accomplished. But shit, it could be. She could be a middleweight, but that's the thing. If he's really a middleweight, and it's safe to say he's shrinking down to lightweight. I mean, the welterweight, right? So he's still a couple weight classes behind. And to your point, he made some references about fighting maybe as high as 160. Maybe that's why he spoke on that. Maybe that's why he spoke about fighting as high as 160. Maybe that's why, because he know he can be there if he wanted to, right? But I don't know. You at 47. Let's see how you look. We seen one fight. I mean, his body looked like he belonged, but his mind was like somewhere else. He just looked very unsettled and unsteady. You know what I'm saying? Looked very unsettled and unsteady in that ring. He just looked uncomfortable. But that could be just one fight. Now he still got an opportunity to show it. And that's the trick. See, that's what I haven't talked about. That's the trap that Brian Norman don't want to fall into, right? Don't get caught off guard by nothing. Be prepared for everything. Be prepared for him to actually stand his ground and fight if he so choose to. Be prepared for that. Don't be caught off guard like Regis. Regis went into that fight talking about he pillow hands. Next thing you know, Regis getting dropped, punched on. The trainer over there threatening to stop the fight. His face is all peppered up. They asking Regis after the fight about his power, and Regis like, he got some power. He got some power. Don't be that guy. That's all I'm saying. And I love Regis. Don't be that guy in terms of being caught off guard by what he's showing you, right? Regis spoke on this, man. He said it. Regis said in the interview, if you go out there and try to box, you can mess around and lose. He said, stick to what you do, right? Don't go out there and let this be the fight where you try to box. But see, this is my thing. They gotta explain to Regis that he ain't this guy that can't box. He not no in-shape street fighter. He's not a dude that picked up boxing as late as Regis did. They're in two totally different situations, right? So Brian Norman is a guy that can box. He not just somebody with power. He can box with the power. Just pay attention to the last handful of fights. You will see some ups. You will see some downs. You'll see him get tested. You'll see him bounce back, right? You learned a lot about Brian Norman in his last handful of fights. Devin Haney, you've learned a considerable amount about him in his last handful of fights too. Get me? So he got to make sure he's showing people that the way you looked in your last couple, you're not gonna look like that. You're not about to be getting dribbled off the canvas because he got a good left hook and a good right hand. You got to show people that shit. You got to show people that you're not there to get knocked out, right? But you got to box in a way that you could avoid that shit, because you got a guy in Brian Norman, I think, that's really an athlete. You got to really work. You got to really work, man. You know what I'm saying? Box, your feet got to be on point. You got to have a real game plan for this fight. Don't go out there fighting off a bravado. Telling you that shit gonna get you hurt. Vergil versus Devin. Hell nah, bro. That should be bad. So I don't know, man. I hear the Haney fans. Listen, I hear y'all. Y'all like, man, look, he he getting a knockout. He knocking shit out. But Brian Norman Sr. had this to say.
I'm telling you, man. And y'all can look at me. He's not gonna stand there. If he stands there, it's not gonna last 3 rounds. He's not gonna stand there. When he feel that shit coming at him, he's going to get the hell on. Or it's not going to last 3 rounds. You heard what I just said. One or two things. He's going to get the hell on, or it's not going to last 3 rounds. One of them two.
Damn, you call it a 3rd round KO, huh?
If he stands there.
And that's all I'm saying. Just don't get caught up in that shit. Don't get caught up in trying to stand there. I think you need to pick your spots, like I was saying earlier. But all that, just... you don't got shit to prove that other than you coming to win and that you're a better boxer than he is. If you go in there trying to prove that you're a better fighter or you can fight with him, I think that's going to be the beginning of the end. I think Brian Norman is a pretty powerful guy. I think naturally heavy hands. I've heard that from people that sparred him directly. You gotta pick your poison, bro. And then who was in the building? Shout out to my homie Pac-Man ATL Tay Jones. When Tay Jones dropped the bombshell, at least for people that didn't know that, they wanted 10-ounce gloves for this fight, bro. They wanted 10-ounce gloves for this fight. They wanted 10-ounce gloves for this fight, bro. They wanted 10 ounces, bro. I don't give a damn what you said. You was worried about something. You told them, they said that's not even possible for the weight class that y'all fight at. Y'all got to fight in 8s. I don't care what you say, bro. You was worried about something. You try to get it in 10 and not 8s. Right? Y'all could downplay that power all you want, but that's a clear sign that you was worried about some shit. I'm saying how this fight gonna go, man? Do Norman gotta win by knockout? Do we gotta win by knockout? Or is we gonna be in another situation?
That was the biggest robbery. I don't know what the. You know, it's all money. It's all money.
But
Lomachenko won that hands down.
Fucking bad, man. What is that? 112, 150. That's so stupid, man. The fuck, Loma Filipino, man. What are you talking about?
How many rounds did you think Loma won?
Most of them, bro. Loma got robbed, bro, big time.
This guy tonight lost. Abdullah lost. And the other guy, Lomachenko, win. It's that simple.
I had Lomachenko 8-4. It was pretty bad.
I'm just letting y'all know I am done with boxing. They will never get another motherfucking dime out of me. This is a travesty.
Lomachenko should be undisputed champion. He won.
I'm really, really mad at boxing. This kind of stuff is intolerable. It's unnecessary. It doesn't make sense. Nevada Commission, they need a little wash.
Sorry, man.
No problem.
You won that fight easy.
Right here. And woman right here.
You won that fight easy.
Yes.
Easy.
If Vasily Lomachenko and things came to there being a rematch, would you guys honor that?
Wow.
I don't see where it would have been. It would have been that close to be a rematch.
What? Bro, what are you talking
about? Bill said, hey, I don't see it being that close to warrant a rematch. You know it's real when they hit you with the Russell Westbrook. Bro said, what? Man, but yeah, nah. Most of them are, Damon. Most of them are. It's a small percentage of them that watch more boxing than the rest, but a lot of them, they don't be all the way in the loop. They just be knowing the names. But hey, I played that clip because look, that was after one of his biggest fights. This is no doubt one of his biggest fights because of the implications. This is his opportunity to be a 3-division champion or suffer his first defeat in the hands of a legit young world champion that can punch lights out. Literally lights out. This man could punch lights out, bro. Lights out. The man could punch lights out. Telling you. So I don't know, man. You better come to box. I do know that much. Come to box. Come to box and not fight, bro. Y'all hit that like button, man. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Better come to box, bro. Stick to your game plan, the shit that you're working on in camp. You better utilize it. I'm telling you right now, that shit gonna be a long night if you don't. You gonna have them people mad? Are the people gonna be upset like they was after the Loma fight? Or what, man? Or is it gonna be Debo dead by destruction?
So which one does Haney have? Heart or dog or both?
Both, because he got knocked down how many times in the Ryan fight and got up? It's just these morons that won't give him credit. That's dog. That's dog. Refusing to lose, refusing to stay down. That's fucking dog. And Hart, who called out Norman? That's Hart. Devin is everything we supposed to want all our fighters to be. But motherfuckers hate on him because of his father.
He is, and I'm not the biggest Haney fan. I just respect him. I respect him because, like you said, he runs to the fire, bro. He runs to the fire. He had no business taking this Norman fight as his first fight at 147. He had no business. Like, he could have did what he wanted. He can get knocked off in this fight. He can get his ass Jin Sasaki in this fight.
So what about Norman? Or what about Norman Hart?
Norman got Hart and dog because he went to Stantilian's backyard, and that was a firefight.
Yeah, man. I think Haney got more heart than dog. I won't argue with nobody that say he got some of both, right? Because continuing to get up from an Ostarine-induced left hook, right hands, and whatever else he was getting hit at, whatever other punches he was getting hit with, that showed a lot of heart. You resilient, you know what I mean? And I think to a degree that says that you have some dog when you're able to continue to fight on, right? You know what I mean? And win rounds in between. So yeah, I would say he got heart and dog. I would say that both of these guys got heart and dog. They both been tested. You know, you've seen Norman Jr. drop. He's got up. He's had an ugly fight, but he's found a way to win. Those fights build character, right? All of them not going to look good. But then you seen him in his finest hour and more recent memory looking good, fight after fight after fight. So now you see some consistency with Norman. You see what he trending towards. You see what he working on. They said he didn't have feet. The next thing you seen was a video with him working on this shit. That's what kind of fighter he is. He's a student of the game. Devin Haney, contrary to, despite, should I say, how people feel about him, that man is going to work hard. Now, the only question I have is that what he works on going to transition into an actual fight? And then you'll have a better gauge. But you bet if you planning on standing there, you better pack a lunch and pick a plot and start digging, man, because that shit might get ugly. I'm telling you now. Shout out to the homie 2 cents, man. Nah, man, it ain't no stop with the Ostarine. It's a factor, man. It's a PD. If it didn't have nothing, if it didn't do nothing, then why was he taking it? You ever ask yourself that? I don't want to get into all the specifics, and you didn't hear me say that was the only reason he lost. You just looking for an argument. We're not about to do that. We having a legit conversation. He was getting hit with Ostarine-induced left hooks, like I said. Was the Ostarine the reason the left hooks was landing? I wouldn't say that. I would say that was an error on Haney's part. So you ain't hear me blame the Ostarine. You heard me make a comment about it. So you got to stop. You know what I'm saying? Learn to listen, bro. Stop looking for a reason to argue. I mean, let's keep going, man. So like I said, man, I'm wishing both the best, but this is going to be a real fight. And I'm about to play a quick video, and then we're going to get into this purse that they're reporting about with Norman. We're going to talk about that. But shout out to the homie YSM and the coach, Rob Acosta, did a little short interview, and he was asking one of the same questions that I've been asking the entire time when his fight got put together. What is going to happen when he get hit? Get what I'm saying? When he get hit, how is he going to respond? What he going to look like? That's what I want to know. How are you going to behave? Can you take a real good shot and be like, I'm good? You know what I mean? And keep on rocking out. Or are you going to be super gun shy? Because Norman Sr. said, hey, man, when you feel that power, you're going to get up out of there. You going to get on the good foot and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Muskel's structure and Haney really fight in the day and the night is night and day. Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. He looked crazy. He looked fine. Even now, Dub, he's sitting around. Who was it? I think one of the guys told me they seen him in the interview. He looked like he might have had double chins. He's not a disciplined guy, so I don't think so highly of him because of the lack of discipline and commitment to the sport. But like I was saying, y'all, how is he gonna respond when he get hit? How do we know what Norman working on going to translate? Most of his opponents was there to be hit. You don't know. You don't know. We don't know. I mean, it's a fair question. You can say that. It's nothing to. It's not a big deal. It's a chance that it don't translate, right? Him working on the feet and moving and stuff like that. It could not. Maybe Haney feet still good enough or superior enough to his where he'll nullify the things that Norman is working on. But what I'm saying, John Wick, is we seen things work out more times than they haven't with Norman, right? Especially in recent memory. With Haney, we seen things work out in his most recent fight, but we seen inefficiencies all throughout the fight because of how he chose to fight it. So a lot of my assessment is based on what they showed me in their last couple of fights. And look, like you said, maybe what Norman working on don't translate in the fight. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. But for me, I just don't think they're taking into account the kind of athlete I think Norman is. And by underestimating, I think, his feet, they could be in a bit of trouble. They could put themselves in a sneaky situation. That's not good. Shout out to the Butcher. What's good with it? Dre in the building, my dog, man. What's good, bro? Appreciate you. So let's keep building, man. But like I said, let's get to this video, man. Let's get to this video, man. Rob Acosta and YSM and I want to let y'all hear what he said, because look, I've been asking the and it's a legit question. What happens? Because we haven't seen him take a hit like that since Ryan. And then he been moving, it was moving. And he had a guy that just couldn't pull the trigger. That's not going to be Norman's problem. Norman going to pull the trigger. Matter of fact, he'll knock your head off after he pull with that trigger. That trigger, you get to pulling on that trigger, he might knock your head off. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it though, man. Double tap that screen. We just gonna keep building. Well, bullet tell Rolly when he fought Tank, murder, kill. That's how I was feeling watching Shiraz cook Berlinga. Yeah, he did Berlinga filthy, G. Wow. You know what? It's pissing me off. Why is it doing that? Big B-Lo in the building. What's good, my guy? How you feeling? Shout out to you, my guy. Let's get to this, man.
Debo Dev. The man they call Debo Dev. Who calls him that? Debo Dev. Debo Dev. It doesn't coincide. So the man they call Debo Dev recently did a media workout in New York. Yeah. People are reacting to his physique. People are also reacting to Greg Hackett saying he saw leak sparring, in which he thinks that Dev is
Who's gas piece OG?
going to knock out Brian Norman Jr. You got some people that are agreeing with him, but for the most part, people are thinking either Dev by decision or Brian by knockout. Okay. Your strength and conditioning coach. Yeah. This is his first official full move to 47. The last fight was out of catch weight. Yeah. What are you seeing?
It looks good. It definitely looks filled.
Pause.
Yeah.
Nah, no pause. No pause, man. I'm 39. I'm never saying pause after nothing. I'm just letting y'all know that now. If I ever say something, I'm never saying pause, bro. Y'all got me up. I'm not from the pause community.
Please don't fuck me up on comments on that. Please, y'all. Yeah, first of all, there's a rule that there's no pause in strength and conditioning conversations.
Yeah.
Workouts. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Players messed up.
But I think with Dev, this was a good decision because him being so young. Now, mind you, Dev never really fought in the amateurs in the elite level. He fought at 16, maybe 17, but I want to say 16, and then Bill turned him pro. So then he never really got a chance to grow as the way he should. But him being a young man, transforming, going through his stages of man, you know, he looks great. He looks phenomenal. He looks strong. I didn't see the league sparring. I just saw the pad work that him and Mickey Bay were doing, and I like Mickey Bay, and Mickey Bay is very smart. So I think that was a great addition that Bill added Mickey Bay again into the camp. And I know that they worked before, so now he's back into the camp, which makes that's a great move. But as far as like his physique, he looks solid. He looks solid. Now, what people need to understand is Dev doesn't have the body type to just be a fat dude. You know what I'm saying?
All things was good with it, bro.
Like, you may see it in his face, you know what I'm saying? But he can't get round. You know what I mean? So he has that genetic, he's blessed genetically where he can just do a couple things and then he's ripped up all over again. You know what I'm saying? So right. I don't want people to steer into that direction. Like, yo, he look ripped. He look this. He look that. That's genetics, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, you know, when people are born with a six-pack, you can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
I saw pictures of
nothing behind the hands was good, bro.
Yeah, she's stacked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it doesn't matter. Genetically, if you fit for the part, you fit for the part. But that doesn't mean you still you can just look the part, but that doesn't mean anything else outside. It just looks intimidating from the outskirts. It's like having a bulldog or a pit bull. It look intimidating, nails, ears cut, tail cut, look all mean, and then when you pet it, it's all waggy and happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say David soft because he's not, but I think he looks good for 47 for sure. He's definitely looks solid, but
you gotta see how he gonna perform. Looks is one thing, you gotta perform.
I don't think he's going to come in as the bigger guy with Norman. Seeing Norman, I've seen both in person, and Dev definitely got good height. And he does walk around heavy, but Norman to me is more built compact. Like he got the big shoulders.
I agree.
He has the back, the chest. It's just he's more. He looks more compact, like a slimmer version of like a Kurt Scooby. You know what I'm saying? Like a Sean Porter. You know how Sean Porter has that build.
Yeah.
And I think that's what how Norman's going to come in at. But it works for Norman. So, I think
it's genetics with Norman too, because according to Brian Norman Sr., he said they don't lift no weights. That's just genetics. He just cut out how he built is how he built. They don't do weights.
Some of his conditioning workouts, though, he used, I don't know the guy's name, so please excuse me if you see it. But he was doing some good shit, though. Like, I ain't gonna lie. He was doing some nice stuff, working on some good fundamental stuff, keeping everything boxing, but also steering it into overall fitness thing. So, yeah, I mean, makes it interesting. I didn't see the video, though.
I seen the video. Dev is putting in the work, but he does that every training camp. His physique is always on point. Every training camp, he's always ripped up. He always chiseled and ready to go. Cause it is genetics, and he do know how to work out. He know how to get his body whipped into shape. He be in shape. He be in really good shape too. I think that's how he survived the Ryan fight without getting knocked out. I don't think you can survive those left hooks and those right hands like that and get knocked down the way he was getting knocked down if you're not in the best shape possible. You know what I'm saying? And without him having to kill himself on the scale and be emaciated, it could be better off, more energetic. Any of this stuff is possible, but I'm realistic, man. You're gonna see a very similar physique to what he was with Jose Ramirez. It's gonna look pretty much the same. The only thing that's gonna be different is his approach, his game plan, the strategy that they employ. Like that has to be different, though. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, he gonna always be ready to go. Devin is always gonna be ready to go. That's just what he is. That's just what he is and who he is. Adam Azim versus Kurt Scooby. You guys in the chat has news about 2 weeks now. You already know Dub had that. You had that 2 weeks ago. That's why we heard it. You know what I'm saying? Adam Azim versus Kurt Scooby. That's why I keep telling y'all, tap into the fax machine. Let's keep rolling, y'all.
I didn't see the league sparring.
The league sparring was a joke. It was like 4 seconds or nothing. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Knew you were picking Norman. Does watching Dev's training, his preparation, his body, does that change your pick heading into this fight? What?
I just think I think this went a little beyond what we're looking at as far as what's on paper. I think this fight has gone incredibly personal, especially when you start dissing family members.
I will say that they ain't forget what was said about the family members. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just leave it there, but that shit could be in the back of Norman Jr. head. I ain't gonna hold you, bro, because he did that to Jensen Saki, and he was nice. Jensen Saki wrote Brian Norman Jr. a 4-page letter. He was so nice. He wrote him a 4-page letter, a damn essay. You get me? And this is what he did to him. And he was nice about the guy with the nicest, most professional call out you're gonna see, bro. Bro wrote it out. Know what I'm saying? He expressed his feelings. You get what I'm saying? Through letter. Know what I'm saying? Mr. Brian Norman Jr. Read this 4-page letter. We want the smoke. This is what he did to this man in front of his people for no reason. Like he ain't even really do nothing to him. He didn't talk about nobody in his family. I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. If you somebody that ever got into a fight because somebody mentioned a family member and you put belt to ass and really put hands on somebody, you know where I'm going with this. He did this to a guy that like had one of the most appropriate call outs that you're gonna see in boxing, bro. Yeah, he gave him the 4-page letter joint. You get me? He like, bro, with that 4-page letter. This is the end result of the 4-page letter. I just want y'all to know. So all I'm saying is if this is what happens when you write somebody a letter and you approach it the right way, like he wasn't really talking crazy. You none of that. He was nice about it. Norman was like, that letter, man. Sleep. You hear me? Now, him and Bill, like Bill and Norman Sr. been going back and forth. Bill made some things, some wild comments about some folk in the family. You know, family supposed to be off limits. And I think Norman Jr. is, I don't give a damn what he say, nobody say. That's going to be in the back of his mind. And I don't think it'll make him fight in an emotional manner. You know why I'm giving Brian Norman a really good chance to win this fight, y'all? Despite what people keep saying. Go look at this fight right here. Don't just look at the end result. We all know he left this man stinking in there. But it's the composure that in which he fought under, bro. It's the composure in which he fought under the entire fight, bro. Like while he was under duress, when Sasaki was trying to get them shots off, man, he was catching. He got caught with something. He started catching them, made the adjustment. Don't forget. And he punched life out. He took years off this dude, life and career with this punch. I'm telling you. And then he looked at him. Look how he looking at buddy. He disrespectful about it. Like Brian Norman is very disrespectful after he knock you out. And it's like great disrespect, though. It's like, it's good disrespect. It's like, bro, he knocked Santillan out and squatted over the body. He knocked Sasaki out and he looking at him like, yeah, I know he ain't get you. You bet not get up neither. Telling you. Now you getting in there with with Haney. And y'all done talked about his family members. Oh, man, all right. I'm just saying, I'm not even joking. All right. That's all I'm saying. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I hope it work out. I swear, I hope it work out. I hope it work out. That's a dangerous man. I've been hearing some really good things. I've been hearing good things about Dad, but telling you, I think Norman Jr. motivated. I think he's more confident. I'm going to say that. I believe what he's selling more because he ain't selling it. No, all due respect to Devin Haney and Team Haney. I think they're going to bring that shit. They coming to win. That's what I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. The last fight was an anomaly against Ramirez. They're going to try to come to win. But I'm telling you now, Devin Haney gives you the politically correct answer. No disrespect to him. He gives you what my man Dub, he's saying, what he say, the 07 Floyd. He give you the 07 Floyd answers. Brian Norman Jr. don't sell you shit. He let you know, hey, look, this is what I'm on. I've been putting in this work to get to this point. I know I'm fighting him. I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm trying to get him the hell up out of here. I'm telling you. He even acknowledged, hey, man, you can you can have the left hook shit because I'm going to knock you out with the right hand. I'm knocking you out. He said he just don't feel like you got much for him. His dad said they already know what your game plan is, bro. Bro, they saying they know what your game plan is, man. That's either y'all doing too much talking or y'all better, they got y'all messed up. I don't know, bro, but I think Devin Haney has confidence going into this fight. He wouldn't have took it. But I believe there's more confidence on the side of Norman because of obviously his last couple of outings. Like he's a guy that people been counting out, and he's been traveling away and winning big. Not just winning big, like highlight reel knockouts, disrespectful knockouts, stand over and squat over the body type knockouts. Devin Haney, better be smart, G. Let's keep going, y'all. Double tap that screen, hit that like button. We're going to cook for about another hour or so.
I mean, when Norman's aunt died of cancer. So it was like, Dad struck a nerve with him.
Yeah.
So you just don't know people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've had conversations with people all the time that they can be calm and cool. They can be quiet. They can look soft. They can be a pretty boy, whatever. But if you bring a certain attention into the light and you trigger them, you never know what you're gonna get. So I think this fight became more personal. So I think even though Dev is training for a world title fight at a new weight class and he is taking it serious, I think Norman is not only taking it serious, he's taking it more personal. And it's not towards Dev. I think it's more towards Bill. So I think,
hey man, it's towards both of them at the end of the day, because they gonna both wear the ass whooping together if they lose. Just like if they win together, they're gonna lose together. That's one thing about Bill. They win as a team, they lose as a team, and he ain't never lost. But you get what I'm saying. They gonna be together on that. They're gonna be a team in there. If they ain't gonna be nothing else, they gonna be a team. It's gonna be. He gonna have his chances and opportunities. Look, Norman Young, he's still learning some shit. Right, Devin does have experience, but I just don't see that experience being a deciding factor, man. Shout out to Energy. It's gonna be a great fight. I can't wait to see this, man. That's why I've been talking about it so much. Superman was good. Blue Hustle Man in the building was good, my guy. Very poised and patient. And, you know, and Devin, to his credit, he's a very disciplined fighter. He loves sticking to his game plan and boxing the shit out you. And that's what he do. That's what makes Devin Haney a special fighter. Some people say he's not elite. I say he is. I don't think you become an undisputed champion. I don't think you become a 2-division champion without being on a high level. And now he's competing for a title in his 3rd championship. If he wins that, it's hard to say a guy that won titles in 3 weight classes is not elite because you don't like him or because he had deficiencies. Elite doesn't mean you're a perfect fighter, but it means you competed and you fight amongst the highest level in boxing. At least that's what it means to me. So I think Devin Haney is, in fact, very elite. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's tiers to it as well.
But whatever beef personally,
or at least I'll say this. You don't want to call him elite. I'll say definitely a world-class fighter. I don't think you can argue with that.
And senior or whatever the case is, that's on them. But I think Norman is taking it a lot more serious on that. But if I go with stylistically, Dev is the better fighter. Dev got the better jab. Dev got the better movements. Dev is the better boxer. I'm just curious.
It would appear he has the better jab. It would appear he has the better jab. Again, just the same way Devin Haney is able to acknowledge, like Brian Norman, his power is good against who though? Guys we don't know, guys we never heard of, tomato cans and shit like that. All right. Your jab is good against smaller guys that you have longer arms, that you're bigger than. You have all these physical advantages over. That's not the case with Brian Norman. Brian Norman got the longer arms, right? So do you have the better jab against Brian Norman? Do you have the better jab when you're going up against guys that are equal to you in size? That's a question. I think that's a fair question. I'm not saying yes or no, but that's my question, right? Your jab has been phenomenal. It was phenomenal all the way up into Ryan. Ryan made you maybe question if your jab is good or not, right? Ryan had to make you question. You said it yourself. He had you questioning shit that you never questioned before. Your team, all types of shit. So again, this jab that we keep just automatically his jab better than this one and that one. We all felt like his jab was better than Ryan's too, but he neutralized it. He countered his jab. You get me? He didn't even use his jab for real in his last fight, and he was in there with a guy that he could have won by death by 1,000 jabs against Ramirez. Can you do that shit against Brian Norman? Can you out jab him when you don't have the longer arms? Are you confident to use your jab in the way you was using before the Ryan Garcia fight? Because that is something I haven't seen yet. That if Devin Haney comes out and he using that jab and he being sharp, I think that's a good sign. If he moving, limited, jittery, not standing his ground, that's not a good look. I'm telling you, it's either one. It's gonna go one or two ways. He stand his ground and mix it up and be who he is, stick to the game plan, utilize the ring, distance and stuff like that. And he's on point. He's trusting in the jab. That's a very good sign for Haney, for the Haney-acs or whatever else they call y'all, the Hanos clan. That's a good sign. But if he not, and he got to be successful with the jab though. But if he's getting out jabbed by Brian Norman Jr., that is a very bad sign because 90+% of his offense is predicated on that jab being successful, which is why y'all was losing y'all minds the last fight y'all seen when he wasn't using the jab. Y'all talked about the lack of offense. That's why, because he wasn't utilizing the jab. Devin Haney, without the presence of a consistent jab, it's a lot of inefficiencies and holes in that offense when he's not using his most utilized weapon. It's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? That shit helps set up everything else. Without it, you just throwing lead shots and getting out of there. A couple shots at a time, or you might jab and shoot a shot, get up out of there. You just look very unsteady. You know what I'm saying? That's not how Devin Haney fights. He's a very confident guy. He takes chances. And if he's not going to do that in this fight, that's going to make the fight difficult for him. Bull City J say, Luben might stop Vergil. It could happen. Luben got real punching power, bro. Bleed, my dog. He say he beat her double up. He better double up on that jab. Yeah, he better double up on that jab. That jab good against small dudes. Yeah, man, you got to see how it's going to look against a guy that got the slightly longer arm, slightly longer, about an inch. But not saying that he can't out jab this dude. I'm just saying where I feel like he needs to be successful. He got to set the tone early, and he needs to be successful with a consistent jab. He has to have a primary weapon. I think it needs to be that laser of a jab. that he's used in the past to set up his offense and keep people at bay, make people respect him. You know what I mean? Utilizing his feet, but he got to avoid that turn into the right shit. With Brian Norman can't be lax, can't be dropping your hands, can't smother your work. It's things that you got to do. You got to be sharp. You want to utilize your distance. You want to be, you get what I'm saying? Fight under control, fight very poised and like and aware, the way you was in the Sasaki fight, being willing and able to make adjustments as soon as need be. You get what I'm saying? Both guys got their work cut out. It's not a one-way fight. But like I said, if you hear my assessment sound like I'm leaning towards Norman, that's because I am. That's with no hate to Norman. I mean, Haney is just, I got way more questions for him. That's all. I got way more questions. And I'm not 100% sure what they expect from him. I feel like for me, from what I've seen from Norman, I don't think the light's going to be too bright. I don't think the moment is going to be too big. I think it's going to be business as usual. It's just going to be a matter if Devin Haney is better than him on that night. And if he is, he'll win. If he not, it's going to be sticky. It's going to be sticky. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. They'll try to walk down and knock Ryan out. Yeah, he was begging for that left hook. You got to switch it up. Right. Switch it up. That's all. Known for his jab at all. Hey, yes, he is. Yes, he is. They just don't speak about it enough because them other punches are that's more eye-catching. But hey, Damon, go look at that 2-1. I think it was a 2-1. Ant McQueen, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it a 2-1 that he hit Derek Cuevas with? That was in reverse. That jab knocked him across the ring, bro. Brian Norman got it. And he been knocking dudes down with jabs since he was a damn teen. He been knocking guys down with a jab. He's always had a very heavy jab. That's why I wonder how confident Devin will be jabbing with a guy that can jab with you and harder than you. You get me? I just want to see. It's just questions, you know, but let's keep playing. Let's keep going.
So I think, you know, whatever beef personally goes on between Bill and Norm and Senior or whatever the case is, that's on them. But I think Norm is taking it a lot more serious on that. But if I go with stylistically, Dev is the better fighter. Dev got the better jab. Dev got the better movements. Dev is the better boxer. I'm just curious to find out what's going to happen when he gets hit. If he gets hit by either hand of Norman, what's going to happen? Like, what goes on in Dev's mind? Like, does he get kind of like that PTSD from his previous fights when he got hurt? Now, there's a difference because he got hurt against Linares, I believe. In one of those fights, he got hurt. He wobbled into the corner, but he made a beautiful adjustment and outboxed the rest of the fight. When he fought Ryan, let's scrape the accusations and then just keep it on paper and with statistic. He brought the fight to him, and it seems like Dev's ability for boxing is really high caliber. He can box circles around you. But when it comes down to it, can he bite the mouthpiece down and fight? That's what I'm curious about. And I think Norman has that. When I've seen him fight Boca Chica and he got knocked down and then Boca Chica threw that little sneaky little elbow shot. And they caught Norman and they cut him. Norman was still in the game.
I told y'all that everybody bring up that Boca Chica fight. They don't bring up the fact that the man did throw an elbow, cut him. Norman was staying with it. And he carry his power late. You don't believe me? Just ask Santion.
Still willing to rumble. So
still wanted to fight. Eye bleeding and all.
Dev in that
dropped and all. Still wanted to smoke. Elbowed and all.
But
still wanting to fight.
Stylistically and on paper, if we put it like, you know how you go on Madden and you see the stats of each player, Norman Devin is better. It's much better. But, you know, Norman...
I don't know if he much better on paper, maybe with their resume. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know if he much better. I don't know.
And he also has.
If he much better, he got to show that. He should be able to show that.
I'll go with Norman.
Me too. He said he's going with Norman.
I can't fully say that because it takes a lot for you to constantly.
I double tap that screen, hit that like button, sub to the channel, support the grind, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna rock out for about another 45
cut you
minutes.
off, but let's say Ryan, let's say Dev with the B side. Would that fight have been stopped?
That was the B side.
I think he was, bro.
He was though,
bro, because there was a round where it was bad. He got dropped twice. And
I think Dev is not your typical B-side, but I think in that particular situation,
Mortal Kombat.
it was the B-side.
Well, because Brian was bringing more money in.
It was Ryan Garcia down on his promotion. It was Garcia versus Haney.
But Devin Haney also has his own promotional company. So
Yeah,
it's like
no, I said it was on their promotion. It was a Golden Boy.
Damn, Devin Haney won the A side with Ryan, and he was the champion.
Has like heart over the other.
yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, it is a lot though. Like to get hit, get back up, get hit, get back up, and finish a whole fight. 100% credit to that. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I do believe that Dev is the better boxer. That's for sure. But I just think that, I think Norman has a different insight about him. He has a different click in his mind.
Yeah.
That I think he's going to try to go after.
Yeah.
If Dev can box all 12 rounds and establish a good jab and use that ring,
yeah,
he'll outbox circles around Norman.
Yeah. He definitely going to try.
What's going to happen when it turns into a fight?
Yeah.
I got more questions than answers. That's why I said.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's 50-50, yeah, for sure.
I got more questions for one guy than I got for the other. I got questions for both, but I just think I got a little more for one guy because as well, he been on the scene, he been in the spotlight longer. He's fought the fights. People feel like he's more experienced, the better boxer. And we always talk about how guys are better on paper. But are you going to be better in the ring? Fuck the imaginary piece of paper that we always talk about. Yeah, man, he's better than him on paper. Is he going to be better than him on the ring, in the ring? Because his resume is not going to jump in there and help him fight Brian Norman. You get what I'm saying? And I only say it that way because they always talk about he's experienced, and he fought this one. And, he's a champion. He was undisputed. And I'm like, bro, is any of that shit going, climb in the ring on the 22nd and aid him in fighting Brian Norman Jr.? Or is it going to be Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr.? That's what it's going to be. Devin the Dream Haney versus Brian Norman Jr., bro. Ain't going to be, they resumes ain't going to have shit to do with the outcome of that fight to me. And like Teddy Atlas said, man, still to this day, and he much older than I am and been around boxing longer than me. Still to this day, he said he ain't never seen a resume throw a jab yet. He ain't never seen a resume jab, knock somebody out. None of that. That's going to be Devin Haney throwing them jabs. For people that's picking Dev by 9th round knockout, the Greg Hackers, I think why somebody say he the more he think about it, he see him possibly getting a stoppage too. That's bold, man. The man ain't stopped nobody in 6 years. Over 2,000 days, bro. You hear me? So I mean, shit, man. You that's a lot, man. That's a lot, bro. That's a long ass time, man. It's gonna be stopping somebody is just not gonna be easy, especially a guy he's young, undefeated. He's battle tested. He's been on the ground, so he know what it's like to get dropped. You know what I'm saying? He know what it's like to get dropped. Matter of fact, he know what it's like to get dropped. You get me? So I just don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about where this knockout gonna come from, though. I don't know. Cause man, what is it? They got 2,000. Well, it's you add about another 70 days. It's really 2,190 days or so since he, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, and more since he ain't got a knockout. But I can't see him knocking on Brian Norman now. I mean, I can see anybody getting stopped with the right shot, but if I had to put money on it, if I had to make a pick and bet, I can't say stoppage because that's not his game. That's not his temperament, right? And I think to be able to stop him, he's gonna need a different temperament. You're gonna need he gonna have to 180 completely from the Ramirez fight. That can't be in your mind at all. You like for him to stop him, and that's for the people pushing stoppage for Dev. For him to stop Brian Norman, you got to change the way he fight, and he gonna have to take more chances. He got to fight closer to the way he did against Ryan, and that's not gonna be smart. I am fo. As long as you're not a troll, if you sub to the channel, hit that like button. You definitely could come up and chop it up for a minute. No, but I don't know, man. So we gonna find out. And real quick, I ain't gonna stay on this too long, but about the money part of it, because we all know You know, they're reporting that Brian Norman Jr. is set to make a career high, $3 million. And that's very telling because of the offers that was being made to him in a unification for boots. And I know the situations are different. No two situations are the same in business and stuff like that. But it's very telling. You get what I'm saying? I know it's a different opportunity, different fighter, but damn, that shit is almost double to a degree with what you was throwing out there for people to fight boots. And I think that's crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? I think that speaks volumes, and to a degree it kind of sheds a light or exposes Eddie Hearn, whichever way you want to look at it. You know, or not so much exposing, but exposing what he is willing or maybe not willing to do in order to make a boots fight. Because if Brian Norman, and I get it, situations are different, but if Brian Norman can get offered that much money to fight a non-champion defending his belt, foreign soil, you can't get him that type of, you get what I'm saying? Can't get him the money, and they wasn't even asking for $3 million. You can't even get him the money that they was asking for in a unification fight that was going to be in Philly. Damn, Eddie, and it's not the biggest of deal, but it goes to show me that Eddie Hearn is really going to have to, he's going to have to make it happen, yo. He's going to have to really do his job. Not saying he hasn't been, but he's going to have to really do his job when it comes to making fights with boots potentially, especially if there's titles and unifications involved. He's going to have to get in that wallet, man. DAZN going to have to go in the wallet or something. Big Dog Willie, my guy, man. Appreciate the love, man, always. Said Mayweather's in the tank camp. Do y'all remember me saying that Mayweather was going to be at the fight? Mayweather would jump in the ring with a steel chair. Big Dog was a fool, man. Much love to my guy, Big Dog Willie. Shout out to him. Chump change to Dave, you see? This is what happens when you fight a real name and face a boxer, you go to a different bread bracket. I think part of the reason is because I think where they're fighting at, the card is Saudi. I think you got the Turkey involved, so I think it's different. It's in my community section, bro. Go to the community section and click the link. I got to paste it right in there. It's right in there because you won't be able to click it with this format if I drop it in the chat. So just go to my community post, and the first one there you will see is the link right there. If you're in the building, make sure you double tap that screen, man. The likes almost match the views. Appreciate y'all. We building y'all. We're going to keep doing what we doing. Got a few more things to talk about before we get up out of here, man. Hit that like button and support the build. So yeah, $3 million, that's good for him. Even Devin Haney, you know, he responded. He said it's fire. I know it might look like, Devin Haney bring big money, but I think that has a lot to do with Turkey. Yeah, Devin Haney had no business possibly fighting a Brian Norman for his first fight at full-fledged 147 pounds. But if the pickings was slim, I don't think he had a lot of options. Yeah, he could have found a fight. But again, if you believe what Devin Haney said, then he don't want to just fight just anybody, right? He want to keep fighting the best guys in the sport. Brian Norman Jr. has proven over the course of some fights to be one of the absolute best welterweights in the sport, right? So that's him. That's Devin Haney staying on par with what he said. But at the same token, when you got guys like Ryan Garcia ruined the rematch, got beat up by Roly. When you got guys like Teofimo Lopez left all that money on the table and didn't want no smoke. And hopefully he better get in there with Shakur. I'm gonna roast him for about a week straight. But you got guys like that turning down fights, and you finding yourself moving closer to welterweight. The pickings is slim. You a top. You a world-class fighter. You looking for bigger fights, big name fights. You got to take a fight like Brian Norman. So, and think about it. You with Turkey, where he's saying no Tom and Jerry. He just gave you a Ramirez get back fight in that Times Square event. That was abysmal. He gave you giving you another shot. But notice the opponent is a polar opposite from what you just fought. That's totally different from Ramirez, right? And I don't think you'll be able to, y'all don't think you'll be afforded the same luxury to move around the way you did freely with Ramirez, right? You got to come with more of a game plan to beat Brian Norman's ass. If you're going to get this knockout that your fans are saying, because I'm hearing it more and more. I'm telling you, they like, man, dead by knockout. I'm like, bro, y'all better box. I don't give a damn about none of that. Y'all better box. Hey, Damon, tell the Hanos clan, Haney Yaks, y'all asses better tell Devin to box. Any of y'all telling him to go out there and stand there and beat his ass, and y'all doing it. Y'all trying to set y'all man up for one. Y'all bugging out. Tell him to go out there, do the shit that they working on in training camp, box, be the superior boxer, the shit that makes you Devin Haney, show him that. You get what I'm saying? Nah, you missed it. You got to go to where it say, you know, the community or post. Oh shit, damn, I didn't. Hold on. Yeah. That's the right one. That's the right one. The stream ain't end. This the one we on. Hold on, I just clicked it. Yeah, hold on. Watch this. Oh, you know what? Let me see something. I got you. Give me a second, because I see what you're saying. Hold on. I got you. I see what happened. My bad. I got you. Give me 2 seconds, bro. 2 seconds. I hit that like button, man. Let me get this link, the link situation situated. I'm glad I could edit this and fix it. All right, bro. Give me a second, man. My guy. Fix it, man. So yeah, man. Nah. Tell your man to go out there and box. Like, because the reasons that y'all are confident that he can win this fight is because of what he can do in the ring, right? You heard what the coach said, right? He said Devin Haney got the better jab. He's the better boxer, got the better feet. He's saying all of this, but you have to show that. You can't go into the fight and not show that. You got to show it in the fight. You got to show, hey, man, I can box better than this dude. I'm better. And like Regis is saying, Regis' problem when he fought you, now go try it now. 4-4, try it now. You should be good now. Try it now. You should be straight. But the same shit Regis, because he had some advice for Brian Norman Jr., right? He told Brian Norman, don't go. Well, his advice was don't go into this fight trying to box. Like, go do what you do. But see, my thing is, Brian Norman, him boxing is him doing what he do because he can box. I don't know who created this false narrative that young man can't box, but they got him mistaken. They bugging. Yeah, that link worked now. That link is working now. Damn, I didn't even realize that. I didn't realize I had the wrong one. Pardon me. That was the old link. Said I'm not going by one fight. I'm going by 31. Hey, Damon, I rock with that. Hey, look, I rock with that because you're going by the majority. That's why I said personally, he might need more than one fight to bounce back. I said it's a really good chance he might need more than one fight. So I like the fact that he should. But again, why I can't count all those fights? If they was all at 47, then maybe I'll be looking at it like that. But those was like a lot of, what is that, about 30 fights? What is it, 29 fights at 35? You get what I'm trying to say? 20, what he had, 29 fights at 35? How many? Yep. 7. So I'm not looking at it the wrong way. It's just this is the way I see it, right? How many fights he had at this weight class? How many of those guys are somebody that's not smaller than him, that's closer to his size, right? That got that fight changing power, right? That is an athlete, not just above the waist like Ryan. Brian Norman is athletic, you know, feet. He got good feet. I don't think he'd be stuck in the mud. Watch, I think he's gonna show that. He's gonna show it. I think people gonna see it.
I would have to. Hey, what's going on, Just Do? I want to give my take on it too.
What's good? Talk to me.
Yeah, I 1000% agree. The thing is that for me, it's a mentality thing, you know, and I think that's really being overlooked here. Right. Is Devin Haney skilled? Absolutely. Does he possess the fundamentals? Yeah, he does. But the problem for me is, does he have the mentality? And I don't think he has the mentality at the level that it needs to be to beat someone like a Brian Norman. You see, Brian Norman can be perceived as somebody that has less. I don't really think it's too far apart because at the end of the day, it's two people in the ring fighting. And who is Devin when he's forced to fight? And that is the problem. Right. That's the problem that I have. I know who Brian Norman is when he's forced to fight. And see, that's where I think Devin, that what he did with Ramirez, I don't care what nobody say. There is no excuse. You took a year off. You trained.
Right.
It was for you to show the world that mentally you are prepared for whatever. I'm not saying you had to go in and be fighting in the pocket or doing whatever, but you could have showed your audience a little bit of different elements. You know what I mean? All that like looking all scary and that for me, I don't care. That fight showed me he was so hyper focused on not getting rocked that it made him fight a different type of fight. And I'm saying that to say I've seen like he didn't fight Ramirez like he fought Regis Prograis. He didn't fight Ramirez like he fought Linares or Gamboa.
Right.
You know, so for me, I look at two things. He was beating Linares nice. What happened when he got a little loose and he wanted to kind of get inside with Ramirez? Ramirez rocked him. When Ramirez rocked him, what did he immediately do? He clinched for the last 2 rounds. So that tells me Linares. So yeah, I look at that. I look at obviously the Ramirez fight. And so I look at those two things and I say, well, that shows me if you force Devin Haney to be in a fight, you might have a great chance of beating him.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. I mean, I was saying it before. That's what he wants. I think it's his best interest to do things on his own terms. He got to be dictating the terms in there and keep it a boxing match. I feel like that's his best opportunity to win the fight.
Agreed.
To win the bout, should I say, is make it a boxing match. If you allow Brian Norman to pull you into a fight, I'm telling y'all right now, and I'm being 100% honest with you, where I say there's no way he wins an actual fight per se. And y'all know what we mean when we saying fight. Just like the coach was saying, boxing match, you know, you utilizing your range and, you know, your jab and your footwork and, you know, keeping your distance, staying sharp, staying smart, boxing them, like, you know, controlling distance and range. Yes. But a fight, not with somebody that got a left hand from hell, that's your Achilles heel. You haven't proven yet that you can avoid that.
Thank you.
Ramirez wasn't a good barometer. And then on top of that, if you went into this fight focusing too much on his left, he's right-handed, healthy-handed too. So you got to deal with that. Big Dre was good with it, homie. Big drop Dre. So he got to pick his poison, man. Like you don't go overly focused on one thing. Just be complete. Try to be complete. Fight a complete fight. It's going to be spots where you got to be the balls. Maybe you got to stand in there and try to back him down. And I understand that. But you can't spin the fight on a good foot. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I would have to agree. And I'm gonna just be honest. Brian Norman Jr. just has the mentality where it's like he feels you can't beat me.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, man. That attitude, it goes a long way when you're in a match. Like he just got that attitude, that demeanor. Like, dude, I'm not gonna allow you to beat me. And if you're gonna beat me, you're gonna really have to beat me. Yeah. You're gonna have to beat me.
Yeah.
And I don't see Dev. That's why I mean personally, when he put on a masterclass against Regis Prograis, and you had moments of where he could have just knocked him out. Why didn't you do it? Well, you know, it was like, oh well, we didn't want him to do that. We want the show. But see, for me, to me, I'm like, why not just conclude? Why not execute? Why not close the show? You've already showed beautiful boxing skills.
Right.
Why not show people that you're not getting paid extra in the show. Close it out. And for me, that's the part where I'm like, he might needs to have that to beat a Brian Norman Jr. And if people think Brian Norman Jr. has no feet, man, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not saying he has the like super elite feet, but dude, the dude has pretty good feet, man. Like he
got educated feet in the ring. He not some, you know, bricks in the foot ass dude like they trying to make it sound like. He's just not that.
Correct.
And they better not prepare. They better be prepared for a guy that can keep up with them. I'm telling you, I don't see this whole just get away and stay away type shit. I don't see it.
I don't see that either. I really don't see that.
Great boxer. He in trouble if a fight breaks out. Yeah, if a fight breaks out, I mean, I only see that going one way. he gonna get Sensaki, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It's the Sensaki. It's a nap waiting for him if he do that. But boxing, Devin give himself the best chance to win, and by boxing, it will allow him to build his confidence the right way. Because while you boxing, you assume if he's having his way, then he's limiting the offense and the success that Norman is having. So it allows him to kind of build on his confidence, and because we're gonna need to see him go through his offense and go through the gears. He beat Ramirez in like first, second gear. You can't do that with Norman. That's all I'm saying. That, in my opinion, I don't think that first, second gear shit ain't gonna work. You gotta do more.
I agree. I agree 100%. And it reminds me of and I'm not comparing Dev to Rolly by any means, but just as far as when Rolly fought Pitbull Cruz, that's what I'm talking about. Rolly was not prepared to be in an utter onslaught, like straight up fight. Right. And Pitbull Cruz, that's what he did to him. Mm-hmm. And when you're not prepared for somebody that's saying, look, I'm going to come at you and nothing you can do is going to stop me from coming at you. Right. Brian Norman Jr., he has that element. And I'm very curious to see how Dev is going to handle that. I'm very curious.
Yeah. They said Reese was gonna catch him. They said Loma was gonna take away his jab and he'll lose. Shit, man, you just seen the clip though, Damon. They all thought he lost in that clip. Yo, I never in life can I remember a time after a fight where people was posting polls and I seen every single poll go for Loma. It was some polls got high up as to 70+%. I seen not one poll that I see where people was like, yeah, Devin Haney won. I swear. I was screenshotting them and everything. I'm like, yo, every single poll is like thousands of people voting on these polls and tens of thousands on some of them. And it was like, bro, nobody was thinking he won. But guess what, Damon? Guess what Jusdu think? I think he won. And you know why I think he won? Because I know no matter how dominant Loma looked in some of those rounds, that's still one round. It's still 10-9. Right, still, you get me. You ain't getting extra points because you dominated more, right? It's a round one, and he gave up the 12th, like he's known to do in some of his fights, a couple of his fights. You know what I'm saying? He said it. He's on record, y'all, saying he pulled up off the gas. He let up off the gas a little bit. That fight was far too competitive and meaningful and impactful, especially for his career. That's his ultimate dream of being undisputed. Why would you not give it everything you got? That's why I think he cried. People was like, he beat his ass and he cried. I said, nah, bro. He just realized his dream it's not going to happen. He was that fucking close. And he know that he probably could have been down and fought just a bit harder, but didn't do it. But whatever. I still, to this day, no matter how many polls I've seen, no matter how many people say it, I still maintain and I feel like Devin Haney beat him. And if you're going to openly admit to me, in a 12-round undisputed world title fight that you're not going to give it everything that you got in your body, I'm comfortable with people saying I'm comfortable with you losing. I'm comfortable with the judges saying, nope, we ain't see it for him either. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Some people said, damn, I forgot how Michael J. White was explaining it when he was watching the fight. It was something with the size that he was explaining, like why people was thinking, that Devin was losing the way. And then he had the hair too. And you remember he had that hair. That shit, man. Loma throw accurate, well-placed, precise shots. You get me? He got good. I think he always say he got good punching power. He could jack your shit. He was knocking Haney shit around a little bit. And it was, the optics, it just look a certain way. You know what I mean? But people don't remember Haney started pretty strong in that fight going to Loma's body. And Loma in one of his biggest fights, he started slow. So he didn't throw double-digit punches to like the 7th round against T.O. Let that sink in. Ty, my dog, was good with it. Loma got beat 7-5, 8-4 UD on his own promotion and home network. I'll say a 7-5 for sure. He a combo counter killer. Loma will piece you up with 2, 3, 4 piece. I'm telling you, that should be pretty. So, but I still thought Dad beat him. He started strong. Loma came on really good in the middle to some of the backgrounds. And then, I think Devin, was that the fight? Yeah, that's the fight where Devin had the moment where he was like, he's figuring this out and he's doing this. And that's when him and Bill had their first moment where they had to figure it out. And they did, figured it out. I give him a lot of credit. Like, I remember hearing the sound bite. It wasn't the juiciest sound bite. I kind of hated the instruction as a fan, just hearing it because it sounded like bullshit. But I looked at Devin Haney and seeing how he responded to what I felt like was bullshit. And if he didn't see it that way, then it was good, something good. And I needed to, learn some shit. But he was like, your brick stronger than his brick. Something he was saying. I was like, man, what? Man, you better tell him how to deal with the fact that he just said he caught on to him. That don't sound like it's it. But whatever it was, Devin Haney went out there with enough confidence and finished the damn fight. So I just gave him credit for figuring it out in live time. They never had a moment like that. And that's what people like. We criticize everything, but they figured it out to a degree. You know what I mean? To a degree, they got their hand raised. So to me, that's figuring it out. If they took the loss, they ain't figure it out. Sonny was good. Ortiz versus Madrimov. That was a really good fight. Really good fight. So I don't know, man. I can't stop talking about this fight. I love talking about it. I love the breakdowns. Everything about it. I love the fact that the narrative went down by the wayside. They said Brian Norman was gonna fumble the bag. He was gonna go to Japan and lose. He should have took that 1.7. He was never gonna get this kind of money, and now he getting paid $3 million. And y'all gotta eat crow, and that narrative falls by the fucking wayside because he bet on himself. Y'all was laughing at him, telling them pretty much to accept what they was offering. Don't know your worth. Y'all called him all types of ducks, and now look. Some kind of fucking duck making the most money he's ever made in his career. Bravo to Team Norman, man, for betting on y'all damn selves. I swear, I love to see it, bro. I swear I love to see it. And I got to interview both of them, so shout out to them both. I got to talk to Bill Haney before, never dead, but shout out to Bill, man. I like the Haneys too because they done it their way. And he wilding fighting Norman. Like, if I'm just on some, like, if I'm not online, I'm just having this conversation, bro. You fighting him at the Ramirez, you wild. And that's why I respect the hell out of it. So that's the kind of fighter Haney is, whether people felt like his options were slim or not. Shit, he wasn't forced to. You can say what you want. I had to. People like saying stuff like that. He ain't had to do shit. He could have fought somebody else. He didn't have to do anything, but he did it. Because he know, like, if you're going to be the fighter that you say you are, and your father talk a lot, then it's certain challenges that you gotta take. And that dude went from cheating as Ryan cheated him, it didn't count. Shout out to Dad for sticking with this shit. He was gonna fight the guy again. Fought Ramirez, beat him. Ryan gets beat up, blows the rematch. He said, I bet. The hell with Ryan. Hey, T.O., what's good? T.O. like, they trying to set me up. Nah, I'm good. Then he had a little brief conversation about the Boots fight at 52, right? He like, man, I ain't even been at 47 while I'm going up there. They let that go. Then he went on, hey, man, about being that I'm at 47. Hey, Brian Norman Jr., they said you the toughest, you hitting the hardest. Hey, man, what's up? Now, I know it didn't go like that. Certain shit I can't say, but that's pretty much the direction of fights for him. So it was Ryan, Ramirez, supposed to be Ryan in a rematch. He blew it. T.O., no T.O., little conversation about Boots. I didn't expect that to materialize. And then, boom, Brian Norman Jr. If you can't respect that as a fight fan, you just don't like Devin Haney. So now we get to see in these next upcoming weeks, what he gonna do when he get this opportunity. Got a little less than 3 weeks away from this fight. I can't wait to see the whole card. So that's why it's one of the most talked about. But I'm gonna talk about the what Sam Noakes had to say too, man. He has some, man. Sam Noakes confident, y'all. Say about to put that boobop, my bro JB saying that boobop bang on Abdullah Mason. Another tune-up for Dead before he challenged for a title, right? And that's why I respect him, because I don't give a damn what you say. If that's my favorite fighter in the world, right? If Devin is my favorite fighter in the world, right? And I'm a realist, there's no way I'm 100% as confident as some of these other fans is that he's 100% himself after what he just showed me. So I seen Ryan. I seen where he boxed well, but he got the worst of it in that fight, right? I seen how he bounced back. That's not him. Because if no Haney fan in boxing could tell me what you seen against Ramirez is Haney at 100%, you'll be lying to yourself and to anybody you're gonna say it to. That's not him operating at 100%. Hell no. You know it. That's the only reason I got any reservations about him. If he got in there and it was jab, jab, boom, boom, straight right hand, body shots, footwork, making him miss. You know, utilizing the range, the footwork, and just like how he like to say, handicapping, taking dude's best asset or attribute from him. That was him doing that, taking chances, standing in the pocket when he, you know, when Ramirez get close, he meeting him with something. If that was that, now I'm going into this fight like, man, we about to have some shit going. You get me? We about to see one of them. This about to be a classic, but I can't confidently say that based on what I seen the last time. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I can't confidently say that we about to see a classic. Can't say it, you know what I mean? But I do think we about to see a good fight. A very, very entertaining or interesting fight, depending on how they approach it. You know what I mean? And I hope both guys make it out in one piece, healthy and all that good stuff. But I want to see a scrap. I ain't gonna hold you. 3 weeks gonna get the great fights, yeah, man.
Also, just that's why in the Ramirez fight, when Mosley said that's not what they didn't practice that. Yeah. You know, they had a different game plan, and he was a little shocked that game plan was not implemented. So that's why I'm talking back to the mentality. We can make excuses. The bottom line is that Devin Haney was supposed to show the world that whatever happened between him and Ryan Garcia had no effect on him psychologically.
Right.
That we would just get the same old Dev.
Right.
We got a different Dev in that Ramirez fight.
And that's all. That's all I'm acknowledging.
That's a bit concerning for me. That's all.
Yeah.
It's a bit concerning.
And like you said, and I had brought it up on a different occasion, like with working on something and then not executing it. That's a red flag as well, because we know Devin Haney is a master at sticking to that game plan. He's one of those ones. That's why I appreciate him when people are criticizing and slight him for his style. I'm like, bro, y'all just don't know how hard it is to win and keep winning and then win at the level. And then you think it's easy when you got to go 36 minutes most of the time because you got to box dudes. And these guys are for 36 minutes be trying to win. That shit ain't easy. So he's a very disciplined dude. It take a very in shape, disciplined, smart fighter, consistent fighter to get exactly to where he's at right now. And not enough people they acknowledge it. They don't acknowledge it enough. And it's a little annoying. Take your personal feelings aside from a person that you don't know and treat it as if maybe you knew him. That was somebody you knew that's successful at boxing. You'll be like, bro, you'll be telling people about him. Bro, I'm about to go see my man Devin beat Brian Norman ass in Saudi, or we watching the pay-per-view or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? We watching this shit in Saudi, man. We throwing a fight party for this Devin. I'm about to watch my boy. You know what I'm saying? Beat Brian Norman ass. You get what I'm saying? That's what it is. Darryl Lamar, what it do, man? Y'all double tap that screen, hit that like button, and support the grind. Shout out to Big Drop Dre in the Cash App. He said, for Norman, you know it. I got to roll the clip for Big Drop.
What? This not funny. How am I supposed to get home? Hold on. Hold on. Here. $2. Take the train.
That train. If you new in the building, make sure you sub to the channel. If you rocking with the content, hit that like button, sub to the channel, and we gonna keep building for a bit. We got some more things to get to, but yeah, man, I'm glad he got paid. I'm glad Haney taking the challenge. That they gotta respect him. It's a lot of questions that gonna get answered on both sides. Both got questions. Is Brian Norman really ready to go on a championship run? Right? Is he really the best welterweight in the division? Right, there's questions to ask, to be fair, on both sides, right? Is he gonna be ready for a fighter of Norman's caliber, right? I mean, Haney's caliber. Is Haney experience in the ring gonna be too much for Norman to overcome? Which I don't think so, but we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? He has to fight a very mistake-free fight, and he got to make his punches count. You all this Debo Dev shit. I don't know if that puts more pressure on you to go out there and fight a certain way or perform a certain way, but you definitely got to go out there and be a bit of a Debo Dead, bro. Get a knockout. You damn sure got to be Debo Dead to get a knockout. So, I don't know. It's all up to y'all what kind of fight y'all want. You know what I'm saying? You got the experience, right? You saying like you show all these dudes that you levels and levels above them. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is a miscalculation as well. That's why I say stop saying that shit that Floyd You grew up listening to Floyd say to people, because when he said that shit about Arturo Gotti, R.I.P. to Arturo Gotti, when he said that, he went on that little rant, how he gonna stomp him, that he meant everyone, he meant that shit. He got in the actual fight and showed the levels that he was talking about. See, the last time I heard you talk about these levels and how you was levels above somebody, and how somebody wasn't on your level, it was a guy that you went 3-3 with as an amateur. Ryan Garcia, cheating Ryan Garcia. I gotta add that, but you know, I didn't walk away from that fight feeling like, damn, he was levels above Ryan. It just was the Osterine. I walked away feeling like, man, yeah, you cheated because you had the Osterine, but damn it, you had the wrong game plan and you did not prepare for the left hook. Now, can we confidently say that that's not your Achilles heel? That's a weapon that you're gonna be prepared for. I can't say that off of what you've shown me, because Ramirez is not a good barometer, like I said, but I feel like if you go in this fight, neutralize Brian Norman hooks, left hook, right hook, whatever hook, and you don't get your dribbled off the canvas and rocked and hurt, and you go out there and box, and it's a master class, bro, you getting your just due all for the rest of the week. The next week, the weekend, the day of, and for that next week, every day, for no reason at all. Devin Haney just beat Brian Norman. Yeah, I'm telling you, just going to have some fun with it. I'm going to give him his credit. If he loses, he's still going to get credit because you got in there and you fought. It's a dangerous fight, but look, I got B Norman, possibly Sasaki and this dude if he fight the way his fans are saying. If he box, now we got a good scrap.
Yeah, if he box, I think it'll be. I definitely think Dev will edge it out.
Mm-hmm.
I say edge it out. I think even if he box, I think it'll still be very close. I don't think it'll be a Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't box, I got Brian Norman knocking him out.
Yeah, me too. And look, the last thing I'll say before we move on to something else, you know, my guy Tay Jones had popped up on here because they've been going back and forth a little bit on Twitter, and you know, he been going at Tay, but Tay just, you know, kind of never minded him. He did check him on one occasion, but he came up here and he dropped a little bit of information on us that I got in the title that this man wanted 10-ounce gloves. So they clearly was worried about the power. See, you downplayed in the interviews. It's like on certain interviews, Bill acknowledges the power and what he's able to do with it, how he was able to put somebody to sleep. And then another time, oh, we're not worried about it. And I get it. He's selling the fight, you talking your talk, but the 10-ounce glove thing, I don't care what you say in another interview, no matter what, from this point, the fact that you wanted bigger gloves than y'all even able to use at welterweight is very, very telling. You definitely was concerned about the power. So much so that you wanted 2 more ounces on the gloves. You wanted 10s instead of 8s. They said, nope, y'all at 47, y'all fighting 8s. So let that sink in, y'all. Let that sink in. Let that sink. And I think Brian Norman might be the favorite, y'all. It's got the bread ready for your croissants, y'all. Yeah, I got some hot sauce. I like little honey mustard on my crow too, Damien. You know what I'm saying? It'll be good crow, though. It'll be good crow. See, because look, this is the fun thing, Damien, when you come here, and you can listen to me talk this boxing, and I can tell you who I think gonna win with no slander, right? Without telling you Devin Haney ain't shit. His jab ain't good. You don't hear me. You see what I'm saying? I just breathe life into boxing because I be enjoying it. And this fight is gonna be one they they eights. I wanted to. You see them 10s out there. I mean, they 8s though. I wanted 10s, but they 8s. Tim. You see them 10s we wear. You see them 10s out there. But they ain't 10s, they 8s. I wanted 10s though. Them joints gonna be 8s, bro. You worried about them 8s. Norman coming to sleep something. And I'm telling you, y'all talked about people in their family. That shit ain't gonna end well. Somebody gonna get punched out their damn shoes. Brian Norman trying to Sasaki that man. I'm telling you. He said Devin Haney go to sleep every night. He said he might as well go to sleep that night. I said, this man is cold. This man is cold. He said he go to sleep every night anyway. I said, yo, I like Brian Norman energy because he ain't selling it. He just telling you what it is. He not selling it to you. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. It's people that they sell it, and then it's people that like they just telling you what it is. Like they're not trying to convince you anything. They like, bro, shit about to get wild. And with Norman, with me, he's not a guy that sells you anything. Like he's letting you know. It's kind of like when I heard my guy Marquise Taylor always bring up that moment that he had when he was fighting Yoelvis Gomez, and he started telling them like how dudes don't be ready for him and prepared, and by the time they look up, it's too late. And like basically like it shit gave me a goosebumps. I remember watching it because I was like, yo, he mean this shit. And dude, you know, fighter me, you know, they be in these posts, you know, these little pressers. Dudes be trying to have a little smirks and cool and calm and collected, try to like downplay what the guy is saying. Nah, I had the feeling like bro about to beat you up because he said it. He like, and he mean, he like, bro, that I'm not playing. I'm not here to play. I'm not here to play. He said, I'm not here to box. So I'm not even doing the quote justice, but he was basically like, I'm not here to box. I'm here to beat somebody's ass. Basically, like, I'm here to beat somebody up. And he got in that ring, and you seen that ass whooping started commencing. He started beating up Yoelvis, and then you could see the moment in which he was just completely confused by what was happening. You can tell that they thought that this was supposed to be a much easier fight, and he wasn't prepared for it. And he got dropped and beat up. Dropped, beat up, confidence took. Now he don't even look like the same fighter no more. Shit crazy.
That's true.
Crazy.
That's
so
true. I mean,
it's very important.
Yeah, that's right. Confidence, the mentality is super important. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, I'm about to ask you. Where I wanted to ask this. Where do you think Haney's confidence is going into this fight?
If I'm gonna be fair, I don't think. If I had to, I think it's confidence. If I had to judge it between, I don't know, on a scale of 10, I would say it's 50-50 for Haney.
Okay.
I don't think he is very confident in this fight because the opponent has a lot of factors that matches him. You know, he has, if not equal in arm reach, maybe slightly a little longer, right?
Yeah, Norman do. He got the 1 inch back, 72 and 71, I believe.
Yeah. Devin Haney is finally going to be in a ring with someone where he's not the only athletic individual.
Yeah.
Brian Norman is very athletic.
Right.
Number 3, power-wise, you know, it's not like a Linares where Linares didn't try to go get him. You know what I mean? It was a boxing match more so. Right. When Haney got a little relaxed and loose, he got rocked. Norman ain't that way. Norman's a fighter. He's gonna go get you. So I think that you don't know. You know that his left hand, his right hand, they both hold power. Let's look. Then here's the thing about Brian Norman. You know, there's stories of sparring with him. You know, people have said the dude really can crack.
Yeah.
So
I talked to my man on the phone.
Yeah.
He was telling me how it's only 2 people that like really hit him when he sparred him. I think one, did he say Wilder? If I'm not that's expected, but the other one was Brian Norman.
Yeah.
He was like,
So,
yo,
exactly.
he can really punch. He's naturally heavy-handed.
Yep. Then you got some of the talk coming from people that have sparred, you know, in both individuals that came out and say, yo, you know, don't look past Brian Norman has a pretty decent jab. You know? And the young man said, you know, my jab is pretty good and you know, he was able to get around the jab.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not stupid. I know Devin Haney is processing all of this. This is the reason why I think he's taking his training very serious.
Right.
I think this is the reason he brought Mickey Bay in. Right. I mean, there's a bunch of factors that show us that he's taking it very serious. And so, yeah, I think this is a fight where, you know, it's a little hard to kind of judge on his part because the athleticism, the drive to win. Yeah. You know, Loma, for me, Loma was great, but Loma, like, I've always said Loma needs to, like, I hate when Loma always used to turn on the heat later. I hate that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like in the T.O. fight, right? He turned on the heat later, you know? So this now the heat gonna be on from the bell rings. So that could be a little risky. You know?
Yeah. Say he did knock out Quentin Randall. Look, Quentin Randall, I don't know, do the homework. I don't know how much you know about him, Damon. He one of them guys that he got the kind of skill set and the style. He don't let you look good against him, and he'll make you look bad and beat you up. A lot of people seen a couple of rough fights he had, but go look at the ones where he bounced back. You know what I mean? But yeah, only reason I don't bring up Haney's or his opponents, I bring up Haney's more because they're the ones that saying they have the resume. They've been fighting the best fighters in the world. And I'm like, to a degree, you've been fighting some of the best guys. I assess talent far different than the average person. So yeah, he's been fighting some of the best guys here or there, but they've been smaller guys. That's why I'm not really like Haney is moving to his weight class, not vice versa, right? If it was, then I'll probably be speaking more to the other side. But that's why I think it's. But look, to be fair to the conversation, Haney is definitely the most notable. And to be the most established, the best fighter that he's fought. Will it play out like that on fight night? Because on paper, he checked every box. That's going to be the best opponent that he's fought. Just like I think Brian Norman Jr. could be the most dangerous fighter he fought. So it's going to be dangerous versus good, right? It's the best, most quality guy that has been in front of Norman Jr. And he's going to have to deal with that. He's going to have to show everybody that he's ready. Shout out to my brother, Mike Kirkland, man. How you feel? He's going to have to show everybody that he's ready for that smoke. You know what I'm saying?
And this time, man, Haney gets slept. I mean, he got to go to sleep every night. So you might as well go to sleep that night. It's about that time I seen him up out the game to do the little weird. I don't like what he got going on. Make sure you make Bill throw him in the towel. That's the goal.
Yeah. He said, go to sleep every night. Might as well go to sleep that night. Brian Norman, dead ass serious. He not selling it to you. He just letting you know, like, yeah, so damn casual about it. But ultimately, man, we got a great one on our hands, and we know that. And that,
you know, another good Brian Norman statement that he made that was cool. A fan of his asked him about, was he worried about the judging?
Cecil.
Right? Brian Norman Jr. looks at the fan and says, my judges, and he holds up his two fists.
Right.
Said, these are my two judges right here.
Right. Yeah.
See that?
Right.
That's the mentality I'm talking about.
He do got the mentality, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
He do it without selling it to you. He don't overly do it, right? Like rah rah. Like it's like, bro, he just letting you know, like, look, this is what I'm on. This is what I'm working on. This is what this fight gonna be like, bro. Because this is how I'm bringing it. I just love it. I love it. But Devin Haney, I think he's a more media trained guy. He gives those Floyd Mayweather, like I said, LWBoxing said the 07 Floyd answers, bro. He really get him. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but sometimes it's like a rinse, wash, and repeat. You want to hear him be more authentic in the moment to the situation instead of saying the politically correct shit, if you get what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, well, I'm levels above this guy, and you've been saying that shit for fights. Switch it up. Say something that's more, say something else, like that's more like, you know, I guess more in line with what you got in front of you. And instead of just keep saying you levels above and this and that, it's like it start to sound repetitive, and it's like you're not really giving authentic answers. Not that it's a bad answer, but it's like programming. It's like, don't give me the media trained answers, bro. Give me that Devin Haney shit. Talk your shit a little bit. T Hill, my dog. And I don't mind it. Talk your shit a little bit, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Because when the world threw him away and shitted on him for losing, and then the suing shit, Jusdueboxing was in the paint swinging for the man like, man, I don't think he no bitch. I think y'all going too far. Y'all calling the man out his name all over some shit that don't affect you. That's like legal shit. Like that, the man was getting up over and over with a guy that had ostarine in the system. I don't care how much or how little. He had a banned substance in the system, and that the guy continued to get up from punches and getting battered. That's not a bitch. A bitch would have stayed down and looked for his dad to pull him up out the fight. Devin Haney had no quit in him, jaw fucking swollen, looking in there looking like Alf. He got wet spots in his trunks. He looking bad out there. That shit, he had so many reasons to say, you know what? I'm going to live to fight another day. He had so many of them reasons. His dad had opportunities. They said, nah, we're going to finish this shit on our feet. And they did it. And my respect for him grew despite a typical fan shitting on him for some personal stuff that I don't even think they should have made public like the suing thing. I think they should have kind of, you get what I'm saying? Because it's not for people to understand. People all they gonna hear is battery, and you got battered. Oh, you suing because you got beat up, and it's like, that's why certain shit, just leave that shit. Let the lawyers fight that fight. But then when his dad started making it public, I thought that was one of the mistakes he made, and it kind of made people back up off him. Then he had people from other, sports calling him out his name, and I'm like, nah, I stand with Devin. Not saying I'm cool with you suing him, but I'm more I try to understand where others was criticizing him and shitting on him for doing it. I'm like, man, that dude feel like his money is affected. It's not because he can't take a beating. I don't think it's that, but he feel like, yo, this dude cheated me, had shit in his system. Now my money funny that people don't want to pay for my fights. Shit different, right? So that's what it was on about. Of course, you're gonna make a case for yourself, so you're gonna list all that other shit too, and it's not a good look. So overall, nobody got sued. They dropped that shit, and he was gonna rematch him. Then I tell y'all, a bitch wouldn't do that. A bitch wouldn't do that. He made sure he fought a fight and got ridiculed. You know what I'm saying? And he did it in an effort to get back to Ryan. A bitch wouldn't do that. A bitch wouldn't be fighting Brian Norman after Teofimo said no and the boots thing was just minimal discussions, right? A bitch wouldn't do that. So I'm telling you, man, I know it's easy to write these dudes off, but ain't nothing bitch about that kid, man. Nah, I know people don't like to push it because it's almost popular to have a problem with him based on how his father carried it. But his father, think about it. If somebody told you they know a guy that's how old Bill is, 50 plus, closer to 60, whatever, and he got a son that he's made into a millionaire, successful pro boxer, 2-division world champ, right? Somebody telling you that's what they did with their son. They made it in life. They both succeeded. They beat the odds. So that shit is, as a story, is dope. That don't mean everything they do I agree with, or everything Bill say I agree with. Nah, but overall, he's done a lot more good for his son than bad. The wrong people will tell you he's ruining his career, when in fact, and he the whole fucking reason he got a career. What we talking about? So nah, shout out to them. They took a tough fight, and my respect has grown for them, whether they win or lose this fight. You know what I'm saying?
I agree as well. My respect has grown as well. Because they're just making, they're putting themselves in something challenging, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
More challenging. So respect to them on that for sure.
Right. And something else I wanted to touch on a little bit, because there's a hot topic, about this Jake and Tank fight, and if it's still on or off or whatever the case is. And it's been a lot of little discrepancies going back and forth. But, I just report on it as it goes along. I don't add no extra information unless I get something that's valid. But, I'm seeing that, I've seen this on multiple sites and platforms at this point. And you kind of can see it with some of the people that was working with him, that it looks like the training camp has been ended. Like, he officially ended his training camp for this Tank fight. And I know he posted just idiot. He just posted that on like his social media, and I'm assuming that was in response to Tank maybe getting in trouble, possibly. So the training camp has officially ended, and they saying that they expected him to be pulled from the Paul fight with a new opponent and date being planned. So I just report on it as it goes along. It's unfortunate. The timing of the shit that Tank being accused of is nasty work. You don't want to see this kind of shit for boxing. You just want to see boxing, but it's life, and it's a part of his life. So he's going to have to deal with that situation. And I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled him from it. I wouldn't be surprised if he being advised to go deal with his matters before you try to step back into any boxing ring in any capacity, right? Whether it be an actual bout or exhibition, right? It's obvious that you got things that's bigger than, deeper than boxing that you probably need to get with. I mean, you've been speaking on these things for a while. People have chose to ignore them. Even when this guy continuously speak about being retiring, some of these silly ass fans keep telling you how you're gonna fight everybody, and it's just like, it's at this point it's stupid. Then when the civil suit thing come up, now you got people asking you, where's the proof? Like, you accusing them of it. Damn idiots. I ain't filed no damn civil suit. I ain't go tell nobody he did nothing to nobody. I'm just reporting on it because he's one of the biggest names, and you can't ignore it. And I always say it's how you speak on these things. You know what I'm saying? It's how you speak on them. You don't overdo it, and I don't overdo it. His situation is what it is. We all know, and he got to square that away. So I think that's probably the best move for him to make. So, like I was saying previously, before this came out, before the news about him ending the training camp and him possibly being pulled from the fight, I already said it. I think if it happens on the date that they had it for, I could see Tank still making it to the date potentially, right? But if it get pushed back in December, what I was reading on, then I doubt it. I think they're gonna go with a whole different opponent. I think Netflix is involved. It's gonna have an impact. The situation at hand is gonna have an impact because of who's involved and who putting on the show. I think the fact that you got multiple women that's on the card saying they're not willing to fight on the card with him, like they making that known. Like, I don't want to fight on the card with him, and that's something that we haven't heard before. That's a new experience for him. So all I could say is, I hope that they come to a medium in the decision in the situation, and both him and the female involved could come to some type of understanding, a common ground, and go their separate ways or whatever way they decide to go. I hope he's allowed to resume his career. I would hope that them allegations are just that, allegations, and can't be validated or proven any way, shape, or form. That's just my hopes for him as a young athlete in the sport of boxing. But I have no control over it. All I could do is talk about what goes on. So shout out to him, man. Like I said, I understood him. I heard him the first time he said he needed therapy. He felt like he needed therapy. I heard him. My brother Ant McQueen always bring up when he said he break down in the back of the car and got to tighten up because of the other people around him. He got to make sure everybody good. I heard that shit. I could look at the disconnected nature that he was showing and how he just looked turned off by the business of boxing and some of the shit that he was saying. Like, I seen it. So basically I heard him. So I ain't being selfish to the point where I'm like, but what about your core? But what about that? But what about the hit list? Nah, what about that shit? What about your mental health? What about your well-being? What about your kids? What about you being the best person, best father possible for them? I'm on that type of time because I root for these dudes more than just inside the ring. I want to see you be able to, make it far after life after boxing, pretty much. So, you know what I mean? Don't have no problem. He just need to keep it. No. That's a problem. That's a problem, though. He said that sucks. Was looking forward to the fight. Me too, Mike. Nah, that definitely sucks. That's a problem, though, John Wick. That's a problem. Not being able to keep your hands to yourself. Impulse control, attitude. Like, I've been told by people that know him, that he tell you got an attitude problem. We know it. He be snapping, spazzing. He go at people. Tank be snapping, bro. Tank be snapping. But like, that just might be an area where he's weak and he ain't the best, right? Where his deficiency as a person, his character flaw, whatever you want to call it, right? That might just be where he needs to improve as an individual. And I think as long as he acknowledges whatever his issue is and try to get better, and I think that's why you hear him say things about, I need therapy and I want to be softer for my daughters and shit like that. That's a guy like, bro, I need to get my shit right. I don't want to be boxing because then I'm going to have to be mad. I don't even want to get to that level no more. That's a person that know they need to get right. Just people choose to not hear it. So shout out to Tank. Prayers to the situation. I hope it works out. Jake Paul got that show must go on attitude. He did tweet idiot and nothing else. I'm assuming possibly he could be talking about Tank, man, you blew it, but I don't know for sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know for sure. But I can only report what's out there. But hopefully that, situation get resolved the best way possible and everybody can, move on accordingly. And lastly, man, before we get out of here, y'all, shout out to everybody that rocked out. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subs to the channel if you new. Pimper to see what's good. Lastly, I'm not gonna spend too much because we're gonna talk about this tomorrow in detail. Something I seen, because I got to run this through the fax machine. Something that I seen, and I don't know how valid it is, but they tagged the Zone Boxing, bro. If they make Richardson Hitchens versus Keyshawn Davis, bro, boxing is on fucking fire. And I don't know what y'all talking about. Boxing is dead and dying. Now, I know this premature. This could just be a post. So that's why I said I'm not going to even break it down yet. I'm just going to put it on the screen and say, man, if boxing does this, everybody shut up. Just shut up, sit back and enjoy it. I don't care who you root for. It's a great fight. Don't even matter. Let them scrap it out. They sparred each other. They got some little animosity toward each other. They had a little heated sparring session too. These dudes will fight each other. Keyshawn got that mentality. I love his mentality. Want to see him get back in the mix. This would be a perfect way to do it. Perfect way to do it. We're going to talk about this. Might even make a short video. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this. Keyshawn Davis and Richardson Hitchens is great work, man.
I can see that happening. I can see it happening because if you think about it, the positions that they're in right now, they kind of need each other. Richardson Hitchens is a free agent, but as you can see, as you can see, he's being a free agent, and it's, life as a free agent isn't always as pretty as people like to think it is, right? It's grind, it's hard, people may try to block you out. They may not want to give you the fights that you want, right? So we know, and these fighters, that's how they make a living. So we know that this is their income, right? Then you got Keyshawn Davis, who had the little scandal, and he wants to get back in good graces in the public eye, and kind of have to go through his little thing. So I think both of these fighters, they're in the perfect position to be able for this to happen. So I can see this happening. You know what I mean? Honestly, but of course you'll fact check it and see. But I could definitely see it happening.
Right. Shout out to Mike Kirkman for calling boxing and boxing straight, man. I appreciate you for always supporting the grind, bro. My brother Mike. That'd be crazy, Ryan. Yeah, that's why I said I gotta ask about it. It's still a good discussion, but I don't want to overly invest in it as a discussion too much, to go into depth too much if it ain't something that's happening. But I don't even know if y'all peep. Hold on, man. Let me do it some justice. I try to take it all fast because the longer I leave it up, the more I'm gonna be wanting to talk about it. But hold on, I just want to make sure we know what it say. If this in fact does happen, they saying this is supposed to be on the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson in February 2026. That will be fucking fire, bro. The Bass Brothers, they're gonna be pissing the world off. They put the Bass Brothers on the same card, they're gonna be pissed off. You know them, the faces that boxing love to hate. Keyshawn, Shakur, bro, what? You talking about Fat Boy Keyshawn that blew weight at 35 so he could duck De Los Santos? They be on his helmet about that. You talking about Scary Shakur, the one from North? Man, you put them on the same card, they're gonna piss the world off, man. So I'm gonna go do some digging about that, man. I'm gonna go ask a couple of good folk. You know what I mean? 2-3 people, man, running through some fax machines and see what comes out on the other end. But they put that together, man. That is a fucking banger, man. So look, again, I get it. These cars are getting put together in Saudi, and people like, we need them in the US. They not making the fights, y'all. They're allowing Turkey to beat them to it. I'm real shit. They're allowing Turkey to beat them to it. And that's the only thing I hate, though, Shakur versus Tio on Saudi. I ain't gonna lie. Because that's something I want to go to. I ain't gonna lie. I need to put that shit on the East Coast somewhere. I'm dead serious. That shit need to be put on the East Coast somewhere. Because I definitely want to go. Definitely. That's a real fight. And I know people don't hear me say a lot of fights where Core could lose, but that's one of them. Because I'm a realist. Like, I ain't saying he gonna lose. Don't get me wrong. But Tio is a damn good fighter. People do not acknowledge it because they allow their personal feelings to bleed into their assessment of him. No, when he stepped in there with the biggest challenges, he shined. It's them all brand, and I want, for lack of a better term, I'm calling them all brand, just not the big name guys, right? The Jermaine Ortiz, is the Sandor Martins, the Michioshi Nakatanis of the world, those guys, right? Give him a tough scrap. So, but when he's been in there with the absolute best, he stood on business, and you got to acknowledge that. And Shakur is being in there with the absolute best. Tio knows that shit. Think he'll prepare for it. He'll be switched on because he know a lot of people counting him out. It's those fights where everybody be saying, he just gonna lose. Not so quick. And y'all know Corey, my guy. I'm Jersey for life, and it's Shakur versus everybody over everybody. But I'm still realistic with my assessment. Teofimo is very athletic, talented, 2-division champion, got a good resume, good experience. He's been around, like, fast, good speed, good power, very athletic. You get what I'm saying? Very athletic. Will be the most athletic fighter to date, the best fighter to date that Shakur has fought, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Tio when he say that. But that's the same shit for Tio. That's going to be the best fighter, the smartest fighter. You get what I'm saying? That you fought by far. in my opinion. So y'all both got challenges for y'all. How what Shakur did with the athleticism, the speed, the quick twitch, you know, of Teofimo, but he got really good eyes and timing to counter that. So, but I'm just asking, just to be fair, he got things that Teo has things, he possessed qualities and traits that will make Shakur Stevenson have to think, have to figure it out, and be on his fucking A game. He can't go in there playing with Teo. He can't go in there talking about, this going to be the do I still got it. He got to make him feel like that. Beat his ass and make him ask the world, do I still got it? You know what I'm saying? Beat him like that. So you say I think Shakur beats Teo easy. I think he can make it a more convincing fight than what some people think. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it'll be easy per se, but I think he can make it look a certain way, Mike. I'm with you. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I expect a competitive fight because, again, when Teo is expected to lose or people expect it to look a certain way, he go out there and he show you some shit. You'd be like, well, damn, this is what Teo, and I don't need I don't need to be wrong too many times for me to know that, okay, I think I get Teo. If it's a run-of-the-mill guy, not even run-of-the-mill, I take that back because Jermaine Ortiz is not a run-of-the-mill fighter. But if it's somebody with a particular style, I'll say. Particular style. Look at Sandor, look at Jermaine, look at how they fought him. Took advantage of him on the front foot, exploited it, right? Both of them outboxed and made him look suspect. Sandor Martin arguably dropped him twice, got credit for one, right? I think it was, right? So Shakur got similar qualities, similar traits. He can do similar things, movement. You get what I'm saying? Make Teo be on that front foot, have to go get him, fall into his, you know what I'm saying? Fall into his hands and shit like that. So, you know, but Teo is not somebody to play with. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because he's not a mystery. It's just if you can, he overly relies on the athleticism, Teo. And if he can have his way with you with the showman, being a showman, then he do that bluffing and you let that shit get you out of your body, he gonna beat you. Josh Taylor got out of his body. He couldn't keep up with Teo. Shakur, I think, is going to be a much different fight, but fairly simple, yeah, because he's not no puzzle to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Is what off? What's that cut? Which one? Teo got appointed from Ortiz. I think he did too, Holmes. I think he did. I think Jermaine Ortiz should have got the win. I think Sandor Martin beat him. He struggled against Nakatani. Nakatani beat him, but he struggled a bit. But I think Sandor and Ortiz beat him. And obviously, Kambosos. Keep saying how Sandor Martin pieced Teo up. I know him and Jermaine, Mike, because you can tell after those fights, he complained after both of those fights. That told you he wasn't confident with the outcome. He knew he didn't look his best against neither one of those guys. He knew it. He knew full well, bro. He knew full well. He knew full well. So got a good one. Got a good one coming up. Look, y'all, hit that like button, sub to the channel if you haven't. Turn your notifications on if they not. And you know, we gonna keep growing and building, y'all. We just had another dope build in the books. Let's see where this ends up at, man. Let's see. Oh, you meant to say, I'm hearing more like I heard something about Keyshawn and Richardson Hitchens possibly being on their card in February. Did they say February 2026? But it hasn't been made official yet, cut. But I seen Teo say it should be getting announced soon. I seen Shakur hashtag that fight announcement coming soon. I heard Eddie Hearn say all around the same time that all parties involved are on the same page for the most part, and that they all want to fight. So I didn't hear nobody come out, shoot it down, and said it's not happening yet. And I haven't heard any other opponent for Shakur, which is a good sign. And I ain't heard much from Teo, but he kind of threw us off with that Pacquiao BS that he was talking about. But whatever, Teo, you just never know what to expect. No way he won against Ortiz. Now I'm with you, Holmes. I think Ortiz and Sandor got the nod, and I think Shakur has a lot of those qualities. Just a pure boxer, very smart, technically sound. He said Shakur is really slow. Like he said, he's seen him at lightweight. He's not fast, and he said he don't hit that hard. So this should be an easy fight for Teo. So we'll see. More of an incentive to take it, shit, since Shakur's so slow and easy to beat. But the last guy we heard him say that about was Subriel Matiz and how easy he beat Puerto Ricans and this and that. And then he got offered to fight on pay-per-view and he turned it down. So know what I mean? Let that sink in. But that's my time for today. I appreciate everybody, all the support. We're going to keep building. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep growing. If you're new in the building, make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel, and turn your notifications on. Continue to rock with me, and I grind for y'all. So with that, enjoy the rest of this good Monday. Watch out some Monday Night Football, and we're going to be back tomorrow to build on this sport of boxing and give it its just due. Much love to everybody in the fan. We out.
Representing Brick City,
Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk. It's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube. Right now, we're gonna give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just